Yo, what's going on? What's going on, y'all? What's good, man? I'm on here just chilling, trying to hold it down like balloon strings. Like, man, want to talk about Miss Fannie Lou Hamer. You know what I mean? Definitely somebody that put in some work. You know, these people talking about our relatives, our family. I mean, our ancestors died to vote and all this shit. They'll never bring up Fannie Lou Hamer. You know what I'm saying? Why is that? You know, everybody was talking about King or somebody else. They don't ever talk about Fannie Lou Hamer. I just think a lot of people don't know about politics. A lot of people don't know about people. So, yeah, man. So let me bring her up real quick, man. Um, Let me bring Fannie Lou Hamer up real quick. You know what I'm saying? Let me chop it up, chop it up. All right. So let's see. Talking about Fannie Lou Hamer. And live like a motherfucker. So we're gonna get into talk about her. We're gonna talk about a couple things. We're gonna talk about these race riots in UK. We're gonna talk about how they say the UK, what's that called? The economy is failing, they say, or it's not looking good right now. All right, but neither is ours. So all right, let's go. And we're gonna talk about all types of stuff now. We're gonna talk about these shields. You know what I'm saying? Let's play it pretty good. Let's play 8. Oh, she exposed the Democrats too. She exposed the Democrats too, man. She exposed the motherfuckers, man. Hold up. Let's play this real quick. Fair use 1976 under the Copyright Act. This gives me allowance to report this video for commentary purposes. Oh shit. Oh shit. Gay Obama? All right, let's go.
Want me to stand? Mr. Chairman, and to the Credentials Committee, my name is Mrs. Fannie Lou Hamer, and I live at 626 East Lafayette Street, Roosevelt, Mississippi, Sunflower County, the home of Senator James O. Eastman and Senator Stinney. It was the 31st of August in 1962 that 18 of us traveled 26 miles to the county courthouse in Indianola to try to register to become first-class citizens. We was met in Indianola by policemen, highway patrolmen, and they only allowed 2 of us in to take the literacy test at the time. After we had taken this test and started back to Roosevelt, we was held up by the city police and the state highway patrolmen and carried back to Indianola, where the bus driver was charged that day with driving a bus the wrong color. After we paid the fine among us, we continued on to Roosevelt, and Reverend Jeff Sonny carried me 4 miles in the rural area where I had worked as a timekeeper and sharecropper for 18 years. I was met there by my children that told me the plantation owner was angry because I had gone down, tried to register. After they told me, my husband came and said the plantation owner was raising Cain because I had tried to register. And before he quit talking, the plantation owner came and said, Fannie Lou, do you know, did Pap tell you what I said? And I said, yes, sir. He said, well, I mean that if you don't go down and withdraw your registration, you will have to leave. That then if you go down and withdraw, that you still might have to go because we're not ready for that in Mississippi. And I addressed him and told him that I didn't try to register for you. I tried to register for myself. I had to leave that same night. On the 10th of September, 1962, 16 bullets were fired into the home of Mr. and Mrs. Robert Tucker for me. That same night, 2 girls were shot in Rooseville, Mississippi. Also, Mr. Joe McDonald's house was shot in.
So, James,
and
what up?
June
Just let me know if you want to come on. Who you want?
I had attended a voter registration workshop. Was returning back to Mississippi.
Lou Dawson up on
10 of us were traveling by the Continental Trailway bus. When we got to Winona, Mississippi, which is Montgomery County, 4 of the people got off to use the washroom. And 2 of the people to use the restaurant. 2 of the people wanted to use the washroom. The 4 people that had gone in to use the restaurant was ordered out. During this time, I was on the bus. But when I looked through the window and saw they had rushed out, I got off of the bus to see what had happened. And one of the ladies said it was a state highway patrolman and a chief of police ordered us out. I got back on the bus, and one of the persons who had used the washroom got back on the bus too. As soon as I was seated on the bus, I saw when they began to get the 5 people in a highway patrolman's car. I stepped off of the bus to see what was happening, and somebody screamed from the car that the fire workers was in and said, get that one there. And when I went to get in the car, when the man told me I was under arrest, he kicked me. I was carried to the county jail and put in the booking room. They left some of the people in the booking room and began to place us in cells. I was placed in a cell with a young woman called Miss Vesta Simpson. After I was placed in the cell, I began to hear sounds of licks and screams. I could hear the sounds of licks and horrible screams. And I could hear somebody say, can you say yes, sir, nigga? Can you say yes, sir? And they would say other horrible names. She would say, yes, I can say yes, sir. So I said, she said, I don't know you well enough. They beat her, I don't know how long. And after a while, she began to pray and ask God to have mercy on those people. And it wasn't too long before 3 white men came to my cell. One of these men was a state highway patrolman, and he asked me where I was from. And I told him Rooseville. He said, we're going to check this. And they left my cell, and it wasn't too long before they came back. He said, you were from Rooseville, all right, and he used a curse word. And he said, we're going to make you wish you was dead. I was carried out of that cell into another cell where they had 2 Negro prisoners. The state highway patrolman ordered the first Negro to take the blackjack. The first Negro prisoner ordered me, by orders from the state highway patrolman, for me to lay down on a bunk bed on my face. And I laid on my face. The first Negro began to beat. And I was beat by the first Negro until he was exhausted. I was holding my hands behind me at that time on the left side because I suffered from polio when I was 6 years old. After the first Negro had beat until he was exhausted, the state highway patrolman ordered the second Negro to take the blackjack. The second Negro began to beat, and I began to work my feet. and the state highway patrolman ordered the first Negro had beat to sit on my seat, to keep me from working my seat. I began to scream, and one white man got up and began to beat me in my head and tell me to hush. One white man, my dress had worked up high. He walked over and pulled my dress. I pulled my dress down, and he pulled my dress back up. I was in jail when Medgar Evers was murdered. All of this is on account of we want to register to become first-class citizens. And if the Freedom Democratic Party is not seated now, I question America. Is this America, the land of the free and the home of the brave, where we have to sleep with our telephones off of the hook because our lives be threatened daily because we want to live as decent human beings in America? Thank you.
See, look what they did to this lady, man. You know what I mean? They and that's the Democrat Party that did that, right? Democrats, man. The Republicans, man, the Republicans wasn't on it like that. I mean, I think both of them was on it like that, but they wasn't. The Republicans wasn't, you know what I'm saying, beating you down and doing all this stuff, you know what I'm saying, for how you was voting, right? You know, let me see. You know what? I don't even think my thing. I mean, from what I'm seeing, I don't think I could be wrong. I don't know if she was connected like that in a good way. Like I don't think she was selling out. It don't look like. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of these people, man, no, I mean, no offense or nothing. King was, he was a leader and everything. He did the things, he did the good things, but he was working with Stanley Levitz, man. You working with, you know what I'm saying? You working with the Creed, and then on top of that, you working with people, like Stanley Levitz and stuff like that. That don't he don't like you. You don't got your mind. You know what I'm saying? Any of our good, you know what I'm saying? Our best interest at heart. You know what I mean? And then from the history between blacks and Jews, they was even saying in that book that they, used us and got their little perks or whatever out of the civil rights movement and did. You know what's crazy? Mississippi and Chicago have a connection. A lot of people from Mississippi are from Chicago. I mean, a lot of people from Chicago are from Mississippi, and vice versa. Mississippi and Chicago, for some reason, I don't know what the connection. I don't know what it is, but there's a lot of connection between them two states. Probably why the people in Chicago sound so country. Right? You know what I'm saying? That's probably why they got the accent. How did she come from the cotton fields when she was born in like 1920s, like 40, like 1930 something, 20 something? How did she come from the cotton fields? I'm confused. And my thing is, they talk about slavery and us picking cotton and all this and that. That wasn't even the biggest thing. That wasn't even the biggest thing back then though? Was cotton. And then how are we picking cotton and then we make the cotton gin? A black man invented the cotton gin. I don't know. It's kind of weird, but let's go. I mean, as far as how are we picking cotton for somebody else? There we go. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Oh,
And so Aunt Fannie Lou did this for so long.
man.
And so that saying just followed her all of her life. Her song moved people. It motivated people. The freedom songs that she sang, that's what she used, and she was good at it.
Just think about going to a courthouse and just wanting to register to vote so that your name means something more than just having yourself being counted in the census, but just meaning something where you can vote for the president of the United States, vote for the people who are representing you in your city, in your county, in your state, in your nation. Just knowing that you have the power, or you should have had the power. But it took her going to Indianola and walking up to the counter and saying, "We're here to register to vote."
She was out there figuring a way how to make people live better.
She wanted better for her children. She wanted better for her community. And I think that was the driving force, to just make things better for everyone, regardless of their color. Aunt Fannie Lou helped organize Freedom Summer.
People should be expected to get beaten. They should expect to spend in jail, and that they should expect possibly somebody to get killed.
She marched with Dr. King. She spoke. Malcolm X introduced her as America's #1 freedom-fighting woman. She felt the need, with others, including Mrs. Ella Baker, to create the Mississippi Freedom Democratic Party, or the MFDP.
That a political party should be open to all the people who wish to subscribe to its principles.
Why are these people Democratic though? I don't. They're exposing Democrats because they're calling themselves Freedom Democratic Party. I don't think there's a much difference between Freedom Democratic Party, Slavery Democratic Party. That shit is all the same. It's all bullshit. I'm sorry. That shit was bullshit back then. It's bullshit now. It's supposed to be a republic. That's what it's really supposed to be. I don't understand why. And then after this, well, I'm assuming this was before or no, I just think this was after the civil rights.
That was created because the official Democratic Party of Mississippi didn't allow Black people to participate.
In 1964, when Mama Fannie went before the Credentials Committee, she walked in there with her purse on her arms, and I'm going to say she was only 5'4", but she was walking tall that day. When it was time for her to speak, she said,
"Is this America, the land of the free and the home of the brave, where we have to sleep with our telephones off of the hook because our lives be threatened daily?"
And while she was speaking and telling about all the horrible things that were going on in the Mississippi Delta, President Lyndon B. Johnson did all that he could to make sure that it wasn't seen. They went to emergency commercials. He didn't know that night it was aired anyway. And people all over the world saw that. They saw that she was telling what was going on. She wasn't fearful about telling what was going on because she went point A to point Z. And at the end, she had tears in her eyes. So that let everybody know that it was serious.
She was a very, very important part of the Voting Rights Act of 1965. What drove her was hearing that Black people could vote, and have a say in what she called their destiny.
Here they come, followers of the Mississippi Freedom Democratic Party. They've been here at the House of Representatives all day long from this morning. They are all now under arrest, charged with unlawful occupancy of a public building.
I realized who my mama, Fannie Lou Hamer, was when she took us on a trip with her to Atlanta, Georgia. and they had a convention going on, and I saw Mama on stage, and she had that hand on her hip and her head was reared back, and she was talking, and she was giving the information on what happened to her in Winona when she was beaten.
What happened to her in Winona, Mississippi changed her forever.
I have a blood clot now in the artery to the left thigh and a permanent kidney injury on the right side from that beating.
As they were leaving the jail, they were told that Medgar Evers had been assassinated that morning.
15 minutes past midnight, Evers got out of his car beside his home in a Negro residential area.
Negro.
In a vacant lot about 40 yards away, a sniper fired a single shot from a high-powered rifle at Evers' silhouette. The bullet hit him in the back, crashed through his body, through a window into the house. He died within an hour at a Jackson hospital.
She said later that that could have been what spared their lives, because she'd heard the law enforcement officials talking about killing them and throwing them in the Big Black River. But because Medgar Evers had been assassinated earlier that morning, all eyes were going to be on Mississippi, and it was going to be too much publicity to do that. And so she honestly believed that the unfortunate death of Medgar Evers is what saved their lives.
I've been beaten in jail till my body was hard as metal. My house was bombed January 28, 1971, but I'm not stopping.
One of the things that moved me about her personality, her voice was so commanding.
In 1963 or 1964, we didn't have many people registered in Mississippi. But today we have 60% of the black.
But see, so okay, so she was okay. They was registered. I mean, my thing is, honestly, see, I'm gonna be honest with you. I mean, I see what they were doing, and it was good. I guess to have us participate in voting. But see, look at how they were treating back then. Like, look at how they were treated back then. Beat and all this, right? And wasn't giving shit for that Democratic vote and having all these people register. I guess you got to ask people for it. And then now it's the same thing. You pandering and you try to do this and try to do that and do all these tactics to get people to vote Democrat. And then what do you get out of this shit? I mean, I think nowadays these are agent provocateurs. I think a lot of these people are getting paid. A lot of these people are getting checks from the Democratic Party. But you know what I'm saying? These were grassroots on the ground people, though, boots on the ground. So the thing is with that, I don't even see why people. I'm gonna be honest with you, why people even. I'm not a Democratic dude. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna. That ain't me, man. You know what I'm saying? That ain't me. I'm not. That's just not my get down like that. I mean, I like doing something for something. That's what quid pro quo. That's what politics is supposed to be about. Get something for your vote. You don't just participate in it because for symbolism, because for kicks and chicks and giggles, and because some kind of popularity contest. Let's just get this clear. Voting is not supposed to be like the fucking BET award. That's not what voting is supposed to be like. Voting's supposed to be you getting policy from these people, right?
Population registered in Mississippi. We have 42 elected officials in the state of Mississippi, and one day you will be proud when you can say, Senator Fannie Lou Hamer, because I'm on my way there.
She said that, people may talk about me because they consider me uneducated, but still they were afraid of her because she had the power. We found all of these television interviews.
So, will you welcome, please, Mrs. Fannie Lou Hamer?
Where she was faced.
And look, she's limping. They beat her bad. They did her dirty, man. They beat her bad. They beat her up and they hit her and all that. You know what I'm saying? That's messed up how they did her. That's really messed up. You know what I'm saying? I mean, look at it. She has a limp.
To face with older white politicians. She was not intimidated by them because they were educated, particularly when she knew what she was talking about.
Even after the 1965 Voting Rights Bill passed, and they sent a few registrars in Mississippi, They were able to get a few thousand people registered, but they are still is not accepted on the state book. And the only way these people can vote is on a national election. Well, how can they say they're fighting for the right for people to vote when we're not allowed to vote in the state of Mississippi?
You got a good point there.
You know what doesn't make no sense about this whole voting stuff and how they had us all jumping for joy and had us doing all this and that for votes? This doesn't make no sense, right? If they really needed your vote, don't y'all would have thought it would have been smart for y'all not to vote and not being able to vote, so you don't have to vote none of these motherfuckers in? Or did they even need your vote? I'm confused. I don't understand none of this. I'm sorry, I don't get it. But this was an extraordinary woman. She did the work. Salute to her. Nobody talks about her because she was really putting in the work for civil rights, for voting and civil rights and stuff like that, especially in Mississippi, especially in the South. Nobody talks about her. They only talk about King, a couple of Black Panthers. Who else they talk about? Every now and then they'll talk about Medgar Evers. Every now and then they'll talk about Colin Powell. Every now and then. That's about it. You know what I'm saying? They don't talk about Malcolm X because Malcolm X was going against what they were talking about. Because, you know what I'm saying? I just think it's crazy, man. I don't see how I wouldn't have been. But I salute to her. Like I was saying, I'm gonna play a couple more minutes and I'm gonna go on some.
That was amazing for me to see, that you had these old politicians who had been in politics for years with this woman that came out of the cotton field and told them where to go. You know, it's both funny and amazing at the same time that she had that kind of power. She had that kind of presence.
In the state of Mississippi. And we are tired of people saying that we are satisfied.
It was so effective. Dr. Martin Luther King did not like to follow her on stage because she was so dramatic. Harry Belafonte raised the money that sent her and several other SNCC delegates to Africa to visit President Sekou Touré.
Mr. Harry Belafonte's wife, Julie, was with her. And Mama Fannie was amazed by the things that she saw in Ghana. Black people working in the bank, running the stores, you know, people, the president came to the hotel where they were. And Miss Julie came up to the hotel room and she was like, Fannie, the president is here to see you. And Mom was like, no, I'm not going down there. I got rollers in my hair. So Miss Belafonte and her family, they all laugh about that because Mama was family to them. Whenever she was in New York, she stayed in their home. The picture that I saw that made me know that I'm going to say Mama is famous was a picture of the Kennedys. And I said, Mama, who is that lady? She's pretty. And she said, that's your godmama. And I'm like, my godmama? And she said, that's Jacqueline Kennedy. And I'm like, oh. Now, I don't know if she was just saying that to make me feel good, but I'm still hanging on that story. That's my godmama. She had this best friend, Miss Rose. And she would write letters to Miss Rose where she's really just being a mother and being a friend. This is a letter that Mama wrote on October 13th, 1965. Dear Rose, I received the package today. Thank you. Thank you very much. Rose, I've been very sick. Also, my husband. He stayed in the hospital 14 days and nights with a slipped disc. It's also corrupted. But he's up now, not well, but better. And I am better. Thank God. The children are fine. They're in school. I hope all your family are fine. Rose, my daughter that's 21 is going to be a mother in November. If you can find any used baby clothes, please send them to me, Rose. Rose, I met a wonderful lady in Portland. She knew you. I told her you are a mother for me, although I'm the oldest. I thank God there are people like you who care. Last night, we watched 2 cars stop in front of the house with white people in them. We saw one fella get out and a white girl. We don't know why they stopped because there are no white people on this street. Who do we report this to? Nobody have been convicted. That's what made me question America. How can we say this is a free country when all this can happen? Oh God, I wonder how long. Well, I have to tell you, as you're one of the greatest friends I ever had. Answer soon. Yours for God and for justice, Fannie Lou Hamer.
When our lead researcher and consultant, Dr. Megan Parker Brooks, found the letters and I started reading the letters, it was just so sad because she really poured out her heart to her friend Rose Fishman. And it was almost like seeing 2 different people. You saw the person, you know, who motivated the crowd and got people to go register and vote, and the person who was shot at and all of that. But then in the letters, you see a woman, you see a mother, a wife, a friend, and all of the baggage that came with that.
This is another letter that Mama Fannie wrote to Mrs. Edgar E. Smith. And this is a person in Massachusetts that she knew. Dear Mrs. Smith, this is to assure you that your letters and checks and also all the boxes. Mrs. Smith, the money was so much help. I've been sick again and couldn't have gone to see a doctor. If you all hadn't helped me, I just wish I could put it in writing how I feel about what you all are doing for us. It makes my heart feel so good. Mrs. Smith, I've lasted a long time behind the beating. I got in jail, but it is catching up with me now. My whole body sometimes is sore. But I'm going to work until my days are done. Thank you all for everything. You're for God and justice for men. Mrs. Fannie Lou Hamer.
She had just tremendous health issues. And when she was told that she had a tumor and needed to have it removed during the procedure, a white doctor performed a hysterectomy on her without her knowledge or consent. And apparently at the time, a very common practice, and it was termed a Mississippi appendectomy.
How can you do that? But that's what they were dealing with back then in the 50s and the 60s. When I think about those things, I really get angry. I get angry because she worked hard.
Removed. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna come back to that. So I'm going to some. I might hit you with a little bit of Darren Muhammad, man. I'm gonna hit you with a couple things right now. So let's see this dude, Barack Obama. Oh, let me. What's the name? Let me play this by Dawson. Send me this. Well, I got this from her page. Or she did send it. Like, I don't know. She sent it to me. Why? See, why is this shit on me already?
Because I believe in a woman's right to choose, and I believe in the message of the DNC, I'm going to go sacrifice my baby. And that's exactly what it is, because you're sacrificing that baby on the altar of self, of not wanting to be inconvenienced. And so, man, God is not pleased. I'm planning on going out there tomorrow. Y'all pray for me, but I am just disturbed. I'm sick to my stomach. All right. I don't see how any Christian can vote Democrat. I don't care what none of y'all say. And there's some other suspicious stuff that is going on that I'll talk about later on tonight. But man, pray for this country. If we vote this woman in, judgment is going to come swiftly, because we are going down a path. America needs to repent, and America needs to do that with a quickness. As many of you guys know, the Democratic National Convention starts tomorrow here in Chicago. And one of the most disturbing...
Man, he was spitting facts, man. You know? All right, so... No Obama. Let me play a little bit of Professor Black Truth. Let me play a little bit of Professor Black Truth or Great. Yeah, man. Dawson, I had to play. You know what I'm saying? You know what? Let me stop this real quick. Let me play. Well, I don't know why I'm skipping to this right. Let's go. As a matter of fact, thanks for reminding me. Let's go to they got mobile abortion clinics, bro. You can't make this up. I can see mobile weed clinics, mobile car washes, maybe even a mobile mobile taco truck, mobile restaurant. But for you to make a mobile abortion clinic, but see, that lets you know how sick people are. I got to get on your women. This is y'all got to take this L. Take the L. Take the L. Take the L. All right, because y'all looking crazy. Y'all over here promoting weird stuff. All right, so let me see. Oh yeah, you know I was gonna play that too, Malcolm X. All right, man, we be on it. We be thinking like I like. All right, so mobile abort. Oh, you can't make this up. We're sick. Something's wrong with people, man. Well, not us, but yeah. BJ pointing this out to me the other day. I was like, what? Mobile abortion clinic. Let's see, man, that's crazy. These people sick, man. Fair use 1976 and the Copyright Act. This gives me allowance to record this video for commentary and educational purposes. Oh, so it makes it better. They're not just offering abortions. That's just to make it better, sound better, right?
Furious that Planned Parenthood would have a mobile clinic here during the DNC. Now, right now, I'm in the Union Park area. This is where protesters are going to be in just the next couple of hours. I can see them setting up. But it's interesting. I've gotten on the Planned Parenthood website. I cannot find an address for this mobile clinic. And also,
look, there you got an address.
Have already been booked up. Now, I do want to go ahead and show you this. So Planned Parenthood Great Rivers, which is based in Missouri.
But see, what if it really is filled up? That's you know what kind of people. I mean, look, people. If y'all want to have unprotected sex, man, then know the consequences. And they act like a baby is the only consequence. You can get diseases. I thought AIDS. So did AIDS go away? That shit just went away, huh? AIDS disappeared. You know what I'm saying? Facts. Facts on facts.
Missouri, where abortions are banned, writing on X, saying, "Here we come, Chicago. Our mobile clinic will be in the West Loop on August."
I know a lot of people are stupid. I know a lot of people in Chicago are stupid. I know a lot of people in LA are stupid. I know a lot of people in New York are stupid. These cities, you know what I'm saying? You got a lot of black and white people, the most dumbest motherfuckers, right? The most just non-thinking, you know what I'm saying? Type motherfuckers and shit. I got the trolls in here. That lets me know I'm doing something wrong, right, you know? Bam. You know what I'm saying? That lets me know I'm doing something right because the trolls is in here, right? Just sick, degenerate, low life, sick, degenerate, low life. It's just something I can just keep going on. These motherfuckers ain't no good, all right?
August 19th and 20th. Now, this is a neighborhood just minutes from the Democratic National Convention where it's taking place, going on to read that they will provide free vasectomies and abortion medication. Now, emergency contraception will also be available for free without an appointment.
What is there?
Also,
Emergency
reportedly,
contraception. They got condoms at the store. You know what I'm saying? They got I don't understand. They got condoms. They got women condoms. They got the morning after pill, even though that's burnt out. They got I don't get it. I think I'm gonna have to scratch my head on that one. That's a head scratch. That's a head scratcher.
Planned Parenthood has said that the mobile clinic demonstrates when states like Illinois work to support rather than restrict access to affordable care. The organization is also hoping to help those patients from surrounding states like, say, Iowa, to help get an abortion where it's been restricted. Marnie?
What's been the response from both sides, really, to this mobile clinic, Kelsey?
Well, the pro-life group really saying that this is demonic that the mobile clinic would be here. They've also said that the Democratic Party is the party of death. Now, we did reach out to one of these groups, and this is Susan B. Anthony, Pro-Life America, writing us this statement, which reads, the Planned Parenthood DNC abortion bus is confirmation that the party of safe, legal, rare abortion is completely gone.
We're making abortions like healthy now. We're making that shit like top tier versus bottom tier. We're making that shit the cheap abortion versus the motherfucking boo-boo 99-cent store motherfucking Dollar Tree abortion. If you listen to these people, bro, I know your head will fucking explode. You have a brain diarrhea and shit. Let's go.
We find this action taken by Planned Parenthood is just totally disgusting in my eyes.
But see, you talk about Planned Parenthood, but those are your party. They represent the party that you're from, Democrats. They don't represent Republicans. You know, I don't really see. I haven't heard. Maybe somewhere in life, I don't really see the Planned Parenthood giving money to any Republican candidates. Do you?
We have so much to work for as a party. We used to be the party that stood up for the little guy, that stood up for the working class, that stood up for the vulnerable, and to see Planned Parenthood taking this action at the DNC is just truly disgusting to me.
The Democrats was never for the working class. They were never for the working guy. How they for the working class, and they're the ones that started the Klan. They're the ones that started all that fucking. They was pushing all that fucking segregation. They was the one that was stopping you from doing all this, that, and the third. How are they for the working class? Shit, how are they for the working class now? Look at all this. Look at all the inflation.
On the flip side, here's what a Democratic strategist told us about the mobile clinic being near the DNC.
What we're trying to provide Americans, men and women, is the ability to make their own choices about their life and their bodies and their medical care, and not have a politician make that in a back room for them.
Also, really interesting to point out that according to an Associated Press NORC poll from June, 70% of those asked, they believe that abortions should be.
Let's keep it real. Let's keep it real. Let's check this out. They're talking about abortion, right? And abortion being my body, my choice should apply to everything.
Illegal, and that is up from 64% last June. Marnie?
All right, Kelsey, thank you. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.
No matter who you are, there are times it can be tough to be yourself when you have severe asthma. Triggers can pop up out of nowhere and lead to an asthma attack. But no matter what type of severe asthma you have, Tespire can help you be you. Tespire is an add-on treatment for people 12 and over that can help you have fewer attacks, breathe better, and relieve your
They're talking about I just think that this is hypocrisy how they talking about somebody make a bet. But the thing is, you know what I'm saying? Don't, you know, you have an unprotected sex, that's on you. I don't, everybody else wants to shift their problems and shit and then blame somebody else. He shit. I'm fucking and having unprotected sex, that's on me too. I don't get it. I don't understand. It's like I can't go and blame a politician for making
your asthma symptoms.
You just don't be fucking raw. I don't know.
So you can be you, whoever you are. Tespire is not a rescue medication. Don't take Tespire if you're allergic to it.
All right, man, he's fucking commercial.
It's not just politicians and protesters heading to the Democratic National Convention today. The Planned Parenthood mobile clinic has also just arrived, along with some controversy. They'll be offering free abortion medication, IUDs, and vasectomies with the goal of helping patients from surrounding states who have had their access to abortion restricted. This causing outrage among pro-life groups, which are planning to protest. Abortion rights are a hot button issue for Democrats, a topic that barely came up during the Republican National Convention. Joining me now is author and radio host at 77 WABC, James Golden, a.k.a.
This dude over here looking like. So check this out. All right, look. Why don't they just have one state that's fucking abortion legal and everybody just go to that motherfucker when they would have abortion? Is that simple? I don't know. I don't know, man. And it's crazy because they are acting like that. They know damn well that, you know what I'm saying, most of these, a lot of these Democratic states, they're not gonna go for that non-abortion shit. They ain't gonna go for that. Come on, man. Let's stop it, man. Let's cut this shit out. You know what I mean? It just because the federal Roe versus Wade, that shit don't apply to the states, man. That's what fucking Trump and that's what the motherfuckers was saying anyway. That's what that judgment meant. States' rights. The states fucking decide. And he's, oh man, we're gonna stop y'all this and that. Y'all stopping a woman's right to choose. No, that's making the state decide, you dummy. If you live in a Democratic state, you idiot, you can still motherfucking have an abortion. You see, but that's how dumb people are, how much they don't do their research. It shows you. This dude over here looks like a gay painter. Let's go.
Bo Snerdley. Bo, good morning. Nice to see you. Thanks for joining us this morning. How will the optics of Planned Parenthood offering free abortions and repurposed RV land with those moderate voters? There are a lot of them out there.
I don't know how it will land with all of them, but among some of them, there has to be disgust. I mean, this is, in essence, glorifying abortions.
Right.
To the point that you're now going to bring in a mobile van and tell delegates and other people coming in for the political convention that foremost in your mind is...
I agree with the brother, man. And see, it looks like an older guy. We need more of the elders. Because you let these young motherfuckers, man, let them have it. They'll fucking leave. You know what I'm saying? Them motherfuckers be doing the panty drop challenge and shit, leaving the panties fucking in stores and stuff. So, I mean, you can't, these are the blind leading the blind, these young millennials, wherever they call it. You know what I'm saying? So if there was a challenge to run, to play tag with a bus, they would do it. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. And I wouldn't mind some of these motherfuckers, man. All right, let's go.
Providing abortions for the people there, the optics are terrible on it. It's as if somehow or another these people are not. Number one, they're also giving away contraceptives. So okay, your delegates are not responsible enough to manage their own sex lives. They're offering vasectomies for men.
Whoa, that's bars. That was better what I just said. He said, you know what I'm saying? Gen X, BJ, what up, man? What you doing, man? Let me know if you want to jump on. That's it. Look, he's right. He's right. That's a good point. That's a good point. I couldn't articulate. Well, I just didn't think of the shit. But he's right. So you trying to say that these motherfuckers are irresponsible? You trying to say black people are irresponsible? And that's what you're trying to say to me. You're trying to say that black people and these Democrat women are fucking like rabbits. But then you guys kind of tell them to do it. And I kind of see why, because y'all push that feminism on them and you tell them that they could be independent and you know, and just love who you want and all this stuff, and you put all this LGBTYXQ stuff on them. I see why they think like that. You tell them they don't need no man. You tell them that they don't need a family. You get rid of the nuclear family. You cut that out of the equation, and and they think that it's okay to be single. It's okay to be dating 10 motherfuckers, you know? So so you said so. Right.
I guess if men going there want to be neutered, that's their right. But this whole optic about the abortion, it seems to be just not only in bad taste. What does it say about the party
But
that this is something that they're trivializing?
If I can
to
jump
the point
in.
of go ahead.
Planned Parenthood says all the appointments have been filled. There's a waiting list
I don't
for
like
vasectomies.
I don't like how she tried to cut the brother off. They always do that when the brother's not going with the narrative. He ain't go right. He ain't going with the narrative. He ain't going with that narrative. But see, if he was going with the dinner, I think it's okay, and I think it's the best thing since sliced bread, then they would be on him. Then she'd be, she wouldn't have cut him off like that, rudely like that. If you're interviewing me on my show, why the fuck would I just? Now I could say if I would say something like I don't mean, you know what I mean, don't mean to cut you or something like that, don't mean to cut your wisdom, something like that. That's different. Or you just bomb, just just bombard this dude, you know what I mean? Just like, you know what I'm saying? Right when he's talking, that's kind of messed up. It's kind of rude. But let's see what she got there.
Is that a sign that this is not going to go or scare away those moderate voters?
No, she sounds like she's being neutral. She just sounds like
I don't think that's a sign of
she's still
that at all. I mean, I think when you look at the Democrat Party, you have the most radical of the radicals showing up. Now they're saying that they're filled. Okay,
see. This guy is right. That's radical, dude. I mean, even though MAGA and you got your Republicans that be doing and saying some stupid shit, but I don't see the Republicans pushing abortion, dude. I see the Republicans pushing more family, even though, you know what I'm saying, it's not black family. But, you know what I mean? Still, versus the Democrats, what are they doing? So they're pushing for abortion. They're pushing for migrants. I can't say the other one. This is YouTube. I can't say what I want to say. They're pushing for, you know what I'm saying, a degeneracy. They didn't mess the nuclear family up. Oh, my bad. Feminism is the party of Democrats, or Democrats is the party of feminism. So everything really American and anti so-called black is not. I mean, is the Democrat Party. You know, I mean, you don't need to watch these documentaries and all that shit. No, come on. You know what I'm saying? If y'all don't even know, just stay out of politics. Stay out of the lane. Stay out of this lane. You know.
We'll have to take their word for it. They also said a number of other things that are not believable, and some of them are too graphic for me to even talk about on this program.
Right.
But look at what the critics are saying about this. I read one report that said the Democrats are opening their convention with a nod to human sacrifice. That's the way that it's being, the optics of this look like to, I think, Mr. and Mrs.
See, and these Christians, the Christians are the main, but see, that lets you know this Christian stuff is not what it seems. And I think that a lot of that's for the devil. So the thing is, Democrats push Christianity. I got some ice. Democrats push Christianity. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Democrat push Satanism low key, and the Creed people do too. I can't say too much on here, man, but y'all know what I mean.
This is normal America who look at this and say, even if I agree, even if I'm pro-choice, this is not something I want to see happen at a political convention. It's a terrible look for the Democrats. I don't know why they agreed to allow this to happen at their convention.
I have less than a minute. The latest polling release shows 70% of women of reproductive age think there should be a nationwide right to abortion. Is that why President Trump has maybe scaled back his rhetoric on abortion?
How do we know this is real stats? How do we know this? Look, I can hit you from two ways. Even if that's real stats, that lets you know how crazy, how deranged, and something's wrong with a lot of these so-called women. I guess I bet you most of those 70% are Democrats or vote Democrats. So how much I want to make a bet?
It in place, or putting into place 3 of the 5 Supreme Court justices who overturned Roe v. Wade just a few years ago.
But they didn't.
I've read other polling data that says this is.
Yo, you know what the overturning was? Sending it to the state, having the state decide. What's wrong with people? Look, let's say this for the third time. Let's say this for the third time. If you're in a Democrat state, you're fine. What's wrong with people? And you know what? When you see these people, you see these people protest a lot of times for this bullshit. It was in Democratic states. Now motherfuckers protesting for this shit in Democratic states when it's allowed in Democratic states. What is wrong with y'all? That's just like protesting marijuana rights in California.
This is not the issue that is going to define the presidential race this time. This is not the number one issue that, or number two, or number three. The three big issues that will define the campaign: illegal immigration, the economy, and this raging inflation that's going on, and crime. And so I think the president and his campaign are right to focus on the issues that are the foremost in the attention of the American people, those issues. People have had a lot of time to settle on where they fall in on the abortion issue.
Sure.
And I don't think you're going to see many minds change from people's positions.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Go to joinnn.com to find News Nation on your television provider. Also, don't forget to
Planned Parenthood Mobile Clinic.
My bad, y'all. We're gonna overdo this. Man. Right. Facts. Over that abortion, dude, I guess that's serious, man. But you're right, BJ. They really do be going hard on that. Let me stop. That's the main thing. But damn, so check this out. So when do y'all women go hard for your kids? So you're going hard to kill kids. When are you going to go hard for the babies of America? These are the same ones that say people are racist. Oh man, racism, discrimination, white supremacy, these white people. But the white people they didn't put a gun in your head and tell you to kill your baby. How about that? The white people did not tell you to kill your baby. So let's check out Black Truth, man.
Soldiers, I'm the professor, and this is the moment of truth. You know, they've been saying that black voters are flocking to Kamala Harris. They can't wait to vote for her. Oh, it's a renaissance of black voters. There's more enthusiasm now than there was for Barack Obama. That's what they've been saying. Well, you know what? I guess that just means the black folks have drank the Kool-Aid. What? What is this? Politico reports Democrats are worried not enough black voters will turn out in crucial swing states, and they're putting more firepower into the effort to get out the vote. Wait a minute, that can't be true. I mean, they've been saying for the longest time that black voters can't wait to get to the polls, and Kamala Harris is electrifying the crowds, especially black people, right? Well, I guess apparently that may not be so true, just some more white media hype, because they're reporting that a group calling itself Black Men Vote, yes, another one of these political action committees that you never heard of, being backed and funded by people you never heard of and never seen, just another one of these little sock puppet organizations. They say that they're going to spend $4 million to target black men in Michigan, Wisconsin, and Pennsylvania with one message: show up and vote for Vice President Kamala Harris. Politico goes on to report, the focus is a sign that Democrats know those states, which often have razor-thin margins, can ultimately decide the election. Some post-election analysis of swing states in 2016 pointed to the failure of Democrats to turn out black voters may have cost them the election. Now, that's in Politico saying this, but we in the black media have been telling you this the whole time. So this is just white media spin, just white media cope. When they say some, that's a euphemism for all. See, their job is to manipulate you and me, get us to toe the line, but never validate that we're the swing vote. Because if they declare that, if they start making that part of the political lexicon, the black vote's the swing vote, well, hell, some black folks might start getting some ideas that there ought to be an auction for the black vote, and that we shouldn't be just voting. We should actually vote for whoever does what we say. We don't want black people thinking they're supposed to be in charge of something, or that we're supposed to have influence now. So much for the Democrats and the white media's what me worry stance that Democrats and their backers have been talking. And they were reporting on this just as the DNC convention was about to get underway. Now, to show those who just might lean in the direction of the shea butter crowd but be too bashful to admit it here, you have a group calling itself Black Men Vote PAC. Suspicious as hell, just suspect as hell. These black men have no demands. They're not making any demands of Kamala Harris at all. Their website is just the usual Democrat front group template. I mean, it's just copy and paste. You think it's done by the exact same white people at the DNC? It probably is. The front page of their website says, "Let's make history." That's it. Now, I thought that the entire purpose of a political action committee was to fundraise in order to get candidates in office who will promote the political action committee's cause. See, that's what political action committees are about. Well, at least the non-black ones are. The ones that don't put black in their name, that's what they're about. All of these other PACs, they're all about a particular cause. And we're trying to get so-and-so elected, or we need you to help us get money together so we can get people in office who are going to do what we want, who are going to promote our cause. Well, what is Black Men Vote's cause, huh? Make history? What kind of cause is that? Black Men Vote's website goes on to say that their mission is, they say, our mission is to empower, educate, and mobilize Black men to exercise their right to vote. That's it. Our mission is to get you to vote. Okay, great. In that case, now I'll go ahead and vote for the Republicans then, right? No, not like that. Okay, in that case, then what is it you want then? Well, you're supposed to vote for the Democrats. All right, and what are the Democrats going to do for me? What are they going to do to earn my vote? Well, we can't let those Republicans win because they ain't going to do nothing for us. And what have these Democrats done for us in the last 60 years? Well, they can't do anything because the Republicans are obstructing them in Congress. But if we vote enough Democrats...
So, yeah, exactly, man. Yep. Man, 60 years, man, they haven't done nothing. But see, it's lip service. They're supposed to tell you that they're gonna do all types of shit. You know, I mean, that's what politicians do. That's what most politicians do. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, anyway. But at the same time, these people are pandering to people, man. They know that we're in our feelings more than a lot of shit. What are you in your feelings for? What the fuck? You know what I'm in my feelings for? I'm in my feelings for some motherfucking money and some land. That's what I'm in my feelings for. That's what I want. You know what I'm saying? That's what I desire. That's what I think would make me and my people whole. All this other bullshit at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? It's really just a symbolism. You know what I'm saying? And what these people think that you should have, or what you think they think you should focus on. I'm sorry, man. I can't just give nobody my vote like that, like you said, man, just because. And there's a real black candidate that's running that nobody's voting for, that nobody's caring about. You know what I'm saying? That everybody's disregarding. Cornell West. But it's all good because you know what I'm saying?
Glasses?
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
He dropped out or
what? They said he's on the ballot in 9 states. They said Jill Stein's on the ballot in 31 states. So I mean, maybe not enough support, not enough funding.
Yeah, everybody want money to fund money. They try to tax me to send them money.
Thanks for reminding me about that. I'm gonna play the Bob and them asking you for donations. See, why the fuck do they need donations from you when they want your vote at the same time? So they playing you, they getting your vote and money from you. You know what the thing is? They're rich and you poor. They're supposed to be giving you money.
Damn.
You're the motherfucker that they're serving. You're the one that they serving. You're the one. You're the one that they. You're the one that at the end of the day that they. You know what I mean?
I keep it 100.
You're the one at the end of the day that they. They're supposed to own your vote. You know. We brainwashed. We so in our feelings. I don't know why. What is there to be in your feelings about, man? When you're on the bottom, you know what I mean? Even the poor, even the damn. Everybody else is above us. Even the damn gypsies are starting to beat us.
So
excuse me, the damn Romanians and shit. You know what I'm saying? Y'all heard what I said? You know what I mean? So I don't know, man. You know, what are we gonna do, man? We're gonna come together and mobilize and put our money together. That's who. We might have to just start picking grassroots candidates from the bottom on up and just funding them and giving them money, man, and then having them do what the fuck we want them to do our bid. That's how that works.
Into office, then they'll be able to do things for us. Okay, and what are the Democrats promising to do for us? They're gonna make sure abortion stay legal. They're gonna give illegal alien citizenship. They're gonna have transgender bathrooms. Black people don't care about any of that crap. What are we going to get for black people? Brother, you is being so divisive. Don't you know ain't enough black folks to win an election all on our own, so we gots to plays the game. That's the crap that we get told. Now, nobody has said that black voters alone can put somebody into office regardless of how everybody else votes. Nobody said that. It's a lie that they tell. So you can go ahead and forget about that straw man argument. It won't fly here. What we have said is that the vote in America is almost evenly split between Republicans and Democrats. As a result, black voters are perfectly positioned to be the swing vote. We turn out to vote, the Democrats win. But if we stay home, they don't. Every other group in America recognizes the importance of being a swing vote, which is why so many of them lie and claim that they're a swing vote when in actuality they're irrelevant. We should be throwing our weight around and making nothing but demands. But instead, we have these phony sock puppet groups like this telling us to vote because it will make history. Make history for who? Kamala Harris? Because that's the only history that would get made. Well, to quote Sister Girl herself, I'm not going to do something that's only going to benefit Kamala Harris. No! I mean, the damned insult of these bootlicking scumbags. Nowhere do these alleged black men say what they even want. With every other constituency out there, when they set up a political action committee, it doesn't just say go vote. It says that the political action committee is set up to promote a particular cause, issue, interest, or goal, and they spell out what it is. These guys, however, are just a clumsy front for some white pale money donors from the Democrats. It's just like Black PAC and She the People and all these other sock puppet front groups you never heard of. They have millions of dollars on hand, though, and who does the white media give attention to them? They give them airtime and column space, people you never heard of. And what do they all have in common? Not one of them is demanding anything for black people.
I mean, that's what it's all about. Shannon, salute, salute. Doc Ball's in the building, salute, salute. Uh-oh, Doc Ball's in the building. You know what I'm saying? You got BJ up in here. You got Shannon, you got Dawson up in here. You got some trolls up in here. Everybody. All right. So
none of them is saying.
But he's right, man. I don't know. Because I've been to college and shit, you know, you think. And then I took political science, you know what I'm saying? I love that class. That shit was good. So I know what the hell I'm talking about. I'm not just talking this bullshit, just be talking. I know what the hell I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, he's right. If you ask somebody, you know, what these people, why you gonna vote for so and so, whatever, they're gonna ask you why you gonna vote for so and so, and then you ask them why they're gonna vote for so and so, and you ask them what they're gonna do for you or what they're gonna do for us. They're gonna bring up Trump or some weird shit that don't have nothing to do with anything. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like that lets you know too. I'm trying to talk to some grown people. I'm not trying to talk to no little kids that just you know, that can't just handle the truth. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to do that. You know me? I want to talk to somebody that's some substance. Blacks are last on the totem pole, but first in spending. That ooh, damn! He said blacks are last on the totem pole, but first in spending. We like to spend. We're the biggest consumers. We don't own shit. That's why motherfuckers set up in our so-called neighborhoods, right? All these politicians are millionaires, and they still asking you for money. Damn, yo. Facts, damn. These motherfuckers asking you for money, and they're rich and you're poor. But see, that's some church shit. That's why they letting these motherfuckers push that bullshit to church. Guess what? The Catholics ain't pushing that shit, no politics in no fucking church. The motherfucking Muslims ain't pushing no politics in no mosque. The motherfucking, who else? The Creed people, they're not pushing no politics. You know what I'm saying? Let's just be honest, man. All the Christians are doing that shit because they know because a lot of them are Boule Masonic, and they know the power of stealing from people, from frauding black people, taking from you. They asking you for money, and so Robin Hood that's the opposite of Robin Hood. Stealing for the poor and funding the rich, baby.
What they stand for. They just say, go and vote. Black people have an obligation to vote. They don't represent a cause at all, certainly not ours. But this is who the white media tries to present as speaking for you and me. And at the risk of triggering the gender warriors, have you ever noticed that these black women PACs, they only talk about getting black women into office? That's their goal. It's just straight black women need to be in office. That's it. And then you got Black Men Vote, who are saying they just want to amplify black men's voices in politics. Nothing about getting more black men into office at all. And you'll also notice that both the black male and black female political action committees stopped talking black altogether when it comes to the Democrats' presidential and congressional candidate.
So the black men, they want to push black men into voting, but not black men in politics. And the black women want to push more black women into politics. Fuck about black men. Fuck that. They want to push black women into politics. So that just, what does that show you? See, they got us divided. That's our fault though now at this point. Because come on, man. We're not in junior high no more. You motherfuckers know what the fuck time it is. You know what I'm saying? You choose, just like these bros choose to have dudes not in them shit go wrong. That's what they choose, right? You choose to fucking vote for these motherfuckers, man. You choose to be ignorant to these people. You choose to not, I mean, I ain't telling who y'all need to vote for, but I know most of y'all on this feed, y'all either not gonna vote or not gonna vote for Kamala Bammy, right? Or which I respect and I love. You know what I'm saying? But come on, man. This is like if you went to the shit with Obama, you voted for Obama already, and you was like, oh man, I fucked up. Well, you know what I'm saying? Then why would you vote for her? Does that make any sense? If you realize you messed up with voting for Obama, why would you vote for her? Does that make any sense? And they said, oh, we didn't, because I don't want Trump in here because Trump is right. Trump is this and that. But damn, I haven't seen on record Trump, even though they say his dad was in the Klan, right? Okay, that's probably okay. If his dad was in the Klan, okay. But on record, him being inside politics, him being political in politics, I never seen Trump or known of him being down with Ku Klux Klan, Grand Psychoc, Grand fucking old exotic, whatever the fuck that shit's called. Yeah, exactly, Grand Wizard. I never heard of that. I never heard Trump saying an interracial jungle. That was weird. But then, I mean, I'm not saying this is not all for all black people. I'm just saying Trump gave a lot of money, most of the money to HBCUs than Bush did. So Bush and Trump gave the most money to HBCUs out of the last presidents recently. What does that tell you? You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not saying they're not real. I'm not saying, you know what I'm saying? Because HBCU, that's not owned by black people, and that's not everybody. You could be white and go to an HBCU, but I'm just saying. Look at how these people do. Look at how schools are failing under the Joe Biden administration. You know what I'm saying? Look at how the housing crisis is. Rent. If you don't think rent has to do with government, whether local or federal, then something's wrong with you. You know what I'm saying? And somebody said today on a picture I posted, it was like, well, maybe they think he thinks people are just starting to eat more healthier and this and that. And I told him you got a good point, but I don't think it was that. I think all these food chains and Pizza Huts and all these places and fucking Outback Steak Houses and Applebee's, all these places are closing down because you got DoorDashes and Postmates now, and you got the high inflation, record high inflation, 5%. Now, some people say that it's as high as it has in 60 years. Some people say like 50, 40. I don't know what the fuck, but that's high. And these the same people talking about the inflation is low. But see, why are they not addressing why they're not even telling you why there is the inflation? They're not even going to tell you what they're going to do about it.
Suddenly,
she talking about $25,000. What's the name? How you gonna gives people $25,000 for? And I'll try to get this on Darren Mohammed if I can. How you gonna give $25,000 for first homeowner buyers when in 2008 you bailed out the people that were stealing? You bailed out the people that started the crisis. Steve Mnuchin and all them, One West Bank. What's the name? Pardon him. I mean, did not indict him. She didn't prosecute him. Oh, maybe because he was white. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But she was locking up black people, right? Black moms, right? Talking about truancy.
The Black Girl Magic Packs stop talking about how their mission is to.
When she's not even from America, she's from Canada.
Get nothing.
Canada is not America.
But black women in office, and suddenly they're
the United States.
They go co-ed. All of a sudden, they want to be diverse. All of a sudden, it's vote for the
North America, the
white Democrat over there. These people are all Democrat shills, and Politico's own article admits this. They have a quote from Frank White, who's listed as being the co-founder and board chair of Black Men Vote PAC, and he says black men can be the difference between winning and losing. And who is Frank White? He's a longtime Democratic donor who has donated 6 figures to the Democrats, including to the presidential campaigns of.
And look, whatever happened to Ed Buck, the donor that a couple years ago, the 2 black dudes died in his house. You know what I'm saying? Whatever happened to that? You know what I mean? He was a big Democratic donor, donating a gang of money to him. We're gonna get into this mayor too that just got arrested for what mayor was it? That just got arrested for DUI.
Barack Obama, Hillary Clinton, and he backed Kamala Harris during her failed presidential primary run in 2020. So this is the co-founder and board chair of Black Men Vote PAC, a career shill for the Democrats. He's been backing them for over a decade, and he isn't demanding anything for Black men at all. He's not demanding anything of the Democrats. These are not grassroots organizations. This is straight AstroTurf. An alleged advocate for Black men, right? Except that's not what he actually said. These guys talk about, we want more Black men to be voting. Nowhere do they actually use the word advocacy. So we have somebody who wants to trick you, to con you, to scam you into thinking that he's an advocate for Black men, and yet he doesn't say one syllable about what Black male voters want or should even get. I guess that's why the white media puts a spotlight on him, huh? Black men have been the main ones leading the charge and making headlines for bowing out of these sham elections, telling everybody, hey, there's nothing in this for us, and until there is, we're not even going to take part in it. Well, I guess that's why we got these guys out here now, huh? These little front men. We made it known as Black men, until our demands are being met, we're not doing anything. And what do we see? A lifelong Democrat shill saying he's going to reach out to Black men and tell us to vote. He's not going to say what we should get, or if we should get anything at all. He's just going to say, go vote. It's going to make history. Yeah, a historically stupid decision. But these Democrat shills, they know they got their work cut out for them. They paid to have a so-called poll conducted of Black men in battleground states, and the poll results showed that 69% of Black men registered to vote have a favorable opinion of Kamala Harris. It also found 66% of Black men plan to support Harris. Now, just looking at the way they chose to word that, that's suspect as hell. Because what it really says is 30% of Black men have a negative opinion of Kamala Harris, and 2 out of every 5 Black men who vote don't plan to vote for her. Now, being a propaganda organ, Politico reports on their positives. They point at, here are the ones who are planning to vote for her. Here are the ones who say that they like her. But there's no attempt made to explain why that is. This is just propaganda. And to cement this so-called Political Action Committee for Black Men said that criminal justice reform is a winning issue for Kamala Harris. So once again, when talking about Black people, in this case, talking about Black men in specific, it's never about anything tangible for us. It's always just a reinforcement of the same old narratives, crime and prisons. Talk about Black people, you better talk about crime. Go ahead and talk about prisons. Black people have no real issues. If you're going to talk about Black people, make sure you talk about crime. That's the only thing that's relevant here. And for this fool to say that Kamala Harris can win on crime with Black male voters, the Black men who are soured on Kamala Harris are turned off specifically because they know her record as a prosecutor. Crime is actually a losing issue for Kamala Harris, especially with Black men, but it just goes to show how out of touch these Democrat shills are. And on a side note, the group who conducted the alleged poll for Black Men Vote is a company called Hit Strategies. They also conducted a poll earlier this month for Kamala Harris's campaign. So the people telling you that Black men love Kamala Harris's stinking drawers, they're also the same people who Harris paid to do a poll for her too. Now, they try to claim that there's no connection between these two surveys, but remember, the guy who's the co-founder of Black Men Vote is a longtime Democratic donor and operative. So even if there is no connection between the people who conducted these two polls, and I think we're all smart enough to know that ain't true, there doesn't have to be, because there is a connection between Kamala Harris's campaign and Black Men Vote. Both of them are arms of the Democratic Party, run by Democrats for the purpose of empowering Democrats.
Fact. So I'm getting to, man, shout out to Professor Black Truth. Hit up, you know what I mean? Subscribe to his channel. Pretty dope, man. Let me get in a little bit of Darren Muhammad, man. Let me see. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Damn, yeah, I don't think. Shit. Damn, I might have to get some of it up on what's his name. Damn it. Damn, that sucks. Cause they was messing with his stream earlier, man. So let me see. They was messing with his stream. They ain't the whole thing, man. Facts. All right, so I couldn't find what I wanted. Let me see. Let me play with Dawson singing. Malcolm X, man, exposing the white liberal and the white conservative, man. Let me see.
That means they really don't want your support, right? If they would never say to Jewish people, we can't do nothing specific just for Jews. They would never say to Indians, we can't do nothing specific. I'm talking about Indians who claim that they're Indians in America, right, and the Indians who are Asians coming from India. They would never open their mouth up to say that. But when it comes to us, the most loyal constituency to the Democratic Party, they would open their mouths and say, we can't do nothing specifically just for black people. He's like, what? Let me hear you say that again, right? And then tell you go out and vote for them because they say they can't do nothing for you, right? See, when you debate policy, as I said before, as Brother Glenn Ford and brothers had the great debate in 2008, go pull it up at Black Agenda Report. Laid them down, but let us see who had sold their souls. People who you thought was, honorable, right? The Leonard Jeffries, the Tony Browders, the James Smalls, right? And notice, when the pandemic hit, all them same ones was the ones that was pushing the jab. The Leonard Jeffries, the James Smalls, the Tony Browders. They talk that Egyptology. See, they got a romance and a bromance with ancient Egypt. What you gonna get the people something sound on the ground to be able to stay around and stick around and get down right now, right? They can't offer anything to the people because they gatekeepers. And then when you start pulling back the cover, you find out they part of that boule. They part of the boule, okay? So, but let's keep it moving on comments so we wrap up. I know some of y'all, you're getting sleepy. Let's keep it moving. People are crazy if they go back to the Democratic Party. They were giving them shots at a lot of senior buildings. Absolutely. I wonder who got the money. Yeah. And of course, they was giving them at the supermarkets. They was giving them at the pharmacies. Notice all the Rite Aids and the Walgreens out of Chicago. Notice all the Rite Aid. They made all this money off. They just sucked all this money off the black community. Now they closing their stores, man. Closing up shop, claiming people are stealing. You say, wait a minute. All that robbery y'all was doing of the black community with your high food prices, high drug prices, and everything else, and you got nerve to say you was being robbed. Ain't that a bitch? With all they was doing in the black community over the years, huh? And they say they being robbed. Are you serious? You want me to believe that? So let's keep it moving, man. Look like my brother Marcus Strider's on, man. What you doing up this late, man? Nothing but love for that brother who's talked about Baltimore City, but not just Baltimore City, what's going on in the city. And as I said before, man, your mayor Brandon Scott, he didn't turn that plane around when he heard there was a mass shooting. So I got to get back to Baltimore. He just sent a text message to Faith Leach. Go out there and say this to the people, man. Say, wait a minute. You think that low of black life, but yet they'll be ready to say Black Lives Matter. 8 black folk get shot, 1 die, and he don't think, let me turn this plane around. You know, the aesthetics, the optics. Let me go and be with the people there, right? Because they're the people that elected me. No, as I said before, anybody get killed this week, man, you won't be your family member, our family members that get killed this week, right? You won't be except Fox 45 talking about it. The rest of them, you be a 30-second soundbite. They on to the DNC, man. they on to talk about Kamala and Walsh, man. They would not talk about you and dignify you in life or in death. Okay, that's the sad part right now. Anybody get killed this week from Sunday till Friday? Oh, okay. Don't say I didn't tell you. Let's keep it moving to my brother Top Salam. Sister Sandora, peace to you, my sister. Thanks for tuning in. My man Shaka Sankofa. Fauci was grilled in court along with former White House Jen Psaki. Fauci got a severe case of amnesia. Absolutely. Peace and light to you, my brother. Gerald, always for tuning in, my brother. Yeah, Fauci got paid. And of course, I always say, check out David E. Martin, who exposed all of them that had the patents on certain things they were trying to patent, of course, years ago, as far back as 2002, 2004, in terms of that. A man said, bikers club on fire. Yeah, well, I said that would happen, right? That somebody might set the bikers club on fire, man. So all that was being fueled by the police not making no arrests, by the bikers not coming and speaking up. They should have spoke up and said, look, we're sorry for what happened. Then you come out and say what happened. I don't care if you had to disguise your identity, but they should have been running to the mic. They should have came to Brother Muhammad. Some of the brothers that I spoke to, run to Brother Muhammad, say, we got to do a press conference to get this information out there. That's all. So obviously they didn't trust the police. They didn't trust We Are Us. They didn't trust Roka. They didn't trust Safe Streets enough to come forward to say this was something that didn't have to happen and then tell your side of the story of what did happen. Otherwise, all those brothers and sisters that are part of the Bikers Club are being demonized and you were being set up to take the fall for something that didn't have to go the way that it went. As I said before on Sunday, and as the brother shared with me, that there was obviously an elder mother who felt disrespected by maybe what one of the bikers said. She called her nephew. Her nephew then goes up to them, and rather than the nephew to say, well, let me help you acknowledge your fallen brother who you're having this balloon release for, right? But again, somebody disrespected my grandmother. Let's first things first. That's all. Show empathy or sympathy for one another is what we have to do, right? Then you can sit down with the brothers and resolve it and have whoever disrespected your grandmother or your auntie apologize to the auntie. But no, they escalated it by he pulled out a weapon. So once he pulled out the weapon, them brothers, a lot of them concealed carries, right? But of course, if you conceal carry, you conceal carrying legally, you don't leave, you don't run, you still got to man up, take responsibility for what you've done. Right, wrong, weak or strong. You still take responsibility. Right. So by the police not staying when he got a call 2 times about, again, a confrontation that was going down, somebody was blocking traffic, the police gets there and see from talking to the bikers that they're going to have a balloon release. The police officer should have just sat there in his car to make sure that there was nothing else that could go wrong or escalate. But he chose not to. And of course, in leaving now, right, this would have been a call for just, again, somebody was impeding traffic, some bikers that already clearly was some tension with the neighborhood, that because the bikers not getting to know the neighborhood, neighbors not getting to know the bikers. And sometimes brothers who are part of the bike clubs do good work, just like they got the Corvette car clubs, everything else. But you got to be able to sit down and have some conversation so you get to know one another, okay? Because that's something that didn't have to happen. Now this young man, Brother Martin, loses his life. And of course, as I said, hey, sister, Mama Russia, 30, we're going to get ready to wrap up, get up out of here. Vigils for people who died, question everyone. And 2 sides to the story or 3 sides. well, and we can have some conversation as well. But I got a lot of questions.
All right, shout out to Darren Mohammed, man. Y'all check him out Wednesdays and Saturdays on YouTube. I mean on Facebook and Instagram. All right, so let me play. My bad. Let me play. What's his name? Let me play Dawson's the Malcolm X clip real quick.
Comics, trumpet players, baseball players. Show me in the white community where a comedian is a white leader. Show me in the white community where a singer is a white leader, or a dancer or a trumpet player is a white leader. These aren't leaders. These are puppets and clowns that have been set up over the black community by the white community and have been made celebrities and usually say exactly what they know that the white man wants to hear. And it is an honor, actually, that they endorsed Dr. Martin Luther King and were against the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. That's actually an honor. I just told you a little while ago, these leaders that they call leaders, this included Lena Horne, this included Dick Gregory, and this included comedians, comics, trumpet players, baseball players. Show me in the white community where a comedian is a white leader. Show me in the white community where a singer is a white leader, or a dancer or a trumpet player is a white leader. These aren't leaders. These are puppets and clowns that.
Well, see, that's just like with Ricky Smiley. That's why I don't take what Ricky Smiley say. I mean, that's the deal. You know, I can't take, you know, somebody ain't serious that, you know, dressed up like an old woman. You know, so him, Steve Harvey is corny and played out. Who else? You gotta say more. Plies, corny, played out. I never, what? It was the last time you heard of Plies? The late 2015 or something? The last time you heard some Plies? That shit is corny, man. You know what I'm saying? He got these has-beens over here. Pushing for these Democrats, man. Pushing for these motherfuckers that ain't gonna give you shit. Keep your ass complacent.
Have been set up over the black community by the white community and have been made celebrities and usually say exactly what they know that the white man wants to hear. And it is an honor, actually, that they endorsed Dr. Martin Luther King and were against the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. That's actually an honor. I just told you a little while ago, these leaders.
Facts. I like how you said that's an honor. We want to motherfucking support us, these fakes. Let's get into Georgia mayor. See the main. See when it's a white. When it was what's her name? When it was Fannie. You know, when it was her, Fannie Willis, everybody, you know, that was on the 5, 10, 11 o'clock news all day, every day. When it was Marilyn Mosby, you know what I'm saying? You see the meet the press, but how come the Georgia mayor, you don't really see this too much on it? How come I'm not seeing this any of this in anybody's feed? You know what I'm saying? This is the mayor of Georgia, right? For DUI. Why do these motherfuckers? They act like there's no such thing as Uber. I don't know. These motherfuckers, these motherfuckers never heard of Uber? They ain't got no drivers. I'm not spelling that shit wrong. Bam. The mayor of Georgia gets arrested for DUI. Let's check it out.
Out of McDuffie County at 7 o'clock, the mayor of Thompson facing charges after being arrested this afternoon. And this is the mugshot just released about an hour ago of Benji Cranford. He's accused of providing alcohol to an inmate work crew. GBI agents were there waiting for him as a city council meeting wrapped up this afternoon. And we have exclusive video of that arrest right there. Your City Hood was there the moment GBI agents showed up at that meeting this afternoon and took Mayor Cranford away in handcuffs. She has a closer look at what led up to these surprising charges.
City council members happened to be meeting in executive session whenever this all started this afternoon. They met for about an hour before officially opening up the doors to the public whenever I made my way in there alongside other GBI agents. Now, I was there for a completely separate story. Now, council members still had some unfinished business they had to take care of before officially adjourning the meeting. The mayor gets up out of his seat, makes his way to the exit whenever an agent from the GBI approaches him. And I heard a little bit of that conversation. That agent told the mayor that he needed to step outside with him. The mayor had a shocked look on his face and proceeded to ask that agent what this was all about whenever that agent escorted him out into the hallway. Now, we didn't think too much into it until we overheard the mayor getting handcuffed by those GBI agents. That's when our cameras started rolling. We were the only ones rolling our cameras as those GBI agents escorted him out of the government center and put the mayor into a black SUV and took him to the McDuffie County Jail. Now, within the last hour, he has been escorted out of the jail. He did not leave a comment to us whenever we asked, but we were rolling as they escorted him out of the jail. But the city left us a statement saying, as we understand, the charges in this case are not related to Mr. Cranford's duties as an elected official. We do not have a comment. The GBI charged the mayor with furnishing prohibited items to inmates and criminal attempt to commit a felony. Arrest warrants accused the mayor of giving state prisoners from the Jefferson County Correctional Institution a bottle of liquor. The GBI says on June 6th, the Thompson Police Department requested that the GBI conduct an investigation into the allegation that Cranford gave alcohol to a group of inmates working within the city limits of Thompson. Today, the case was presented to a McDuffie County grand jury, and then a grand jury arrest warrant was issued for Mayor Cranford. The GBI says Mayor Cranford was booked into the McDuffie County Jail upon his arrest. And like I said, just within the last hour, Mayor Cranford was escorted out of the jail. He did not leave a comment for us as we were rolling our cameras. Now, all these developments have just come within the last couple of hours. We are going to continue following this as new developments come our way, and we'll be sure to keep you updated.
Sydney Hood reporting for us there. Investigators say Cranford, by the way, left a new bottle of gin in a ditch along Cobham Road in the path of that inmate work detail. We're also learning a federal lawsuit filed against Cranford last year was settled earlier this month. That lawsuit alleged C&H, Cranford's asphalt company, failed to complete projects on time, never transferred equipment for use, and didn't give Fidelity and Deposit Company of Maryland access to the company.
Are you kidding me? I lost my.
Y'all see how corrupt these politicians are, man. You know, this dude giving liquor and all this shit. The fuck? I mean, what kind of personal connection did he have with these motherfuckers? Was it a female inmate? What's going on, man? I don't know, man. Was it one of his buddies or something? See, under the Biden-Harris administration, you look how scandalous these people are. Look how many people have been indicted, been arrested, and charged under the Biden-Harris administration. I'm talking about politicians. What's going on? What's really good? They don't like send off a red flag.
My whole power leg because of one lousy leg. Football gods. Why do you hate me?
Because we're Chiefs fans. I'm just messing with you. We got your back. Progressive parlays.
The former Minneapolis police officer convicted of murdering George Floyd has been moved to a new federal prison. Derek Chauvin has been transferred from the federal prison in Tucson.
Hey everybody, Larry Lawton here. I got an update. Yes, our famous cop, Derek Chauvin, back in the news. Before I get started, please.
Oh, he's from back east, huh? Shout out to Larry Lawton.
Check me out on all our social platforms. Check me out. Subscribe, like. We're getting back into it. We got a whole bunch of stuff coming up real soon. Now, let me jump right into the Derek Chauvin incident. Yes, he's been in the news lately. Why? He is being transferred. In fact, he is being transferred to the prison. He is at a prison that I was at right now. It's called FTC Oklahoma. It's really not a prison. It's a transportation center. It's literally where they have a hangar at the airport. Yes, Oklahoma Airport has a prison. It's about 12 stories high, 13 stories, something like that. And each floor has different levels of prisoners on it. And there's planes coming and going. It is in the center of the United States. and it shoots planes to the East Coast, and it shoots planes to the West Coast and the South and the North every single day. Yes, it does. Well, Derek Chauvin is there. Just to give you a little hint, so you know I'm out trying to give you all the info I can. If you go on BOP.gov, that's Bureau of Prisons, BOP.gov, and you look up Derek Chauvin, you'll find out right where he is, what his number is, and how that works, actually. And you can follow. Now, they're not going to tell you where he's going. He left Tucson. Let me tell you the difference where he was at. Derek Chauvin was in Tucson prison until he got stabbed late last year in 2023. He got stabbed by a guy for really no apparent reason, just because he's a notoriety. Of course, he was a famous inmate, is what the guy said. A guy named John Torsak. He stabbed him 22 times. First of all, it's a pretty weak stabbing. You don't kill the guy in 22 times. That's a pretty weak stabbing. I think I can get the guy in 22. But obviously, we don't promote any of that here. And we're just talking about what's happening with Derek Chauvin. So Derek Chauvin was at a facility called Tucson, FCI Tucson, which was actually a medium security facility, held about 700-something inmates. I'm sure there's about 1,000 inmates in that place. But they had what they call a special unit. The special unit, we used to call them cheese factories or rat factories or, cheese hotels, because that's where the cops or a snitch or somebody like that major would be going. Now, don't get me wrong, they put the snitches all over, and they actually got Derek Chauvin. He's in a facility where there's other people like that. Now, remember, whenever you're in federal prison, people, anything can happen. Derek Chauvin, you got to remember, we're going to watch this case, and I hope I'm around for this whole time. Derek Chauvin's going to be out of prison in about 12 years. Yes, he got sentenced to 21 years in prison, but time flies. His sentence will run what they call concurrently, which means he had a state sentence and he had a federal sentence. If you have them run concurrently, that means they're running together, like mine were. If they're running consecutively, that means you have to do the 21 and then do another 21. Well, he doesn't have to do that. So he is getting out. Just a little bit of an update. I know people wanted to know. The other 3 cops that were on the case with George Floyd when he was killed with Derek Chauvin on his knee on his neck, there were 3 other cops. 2 of them got 3 and 3.5 years, and the other guy got 57 months. Thou, he didn't think he did anything wrong, I guess.
a .world domain name that immerses. Inspire.
An officer shot to get everyone rolling this way, active shooter.
A multi-agency law enforcement team has come under fire while trying to serve a warrant. One officer is wounded. What follows is body cam footage that provides new details into the incident, along with surprising updates on the charges dropped. It's April 10th, 2023, and officers are attempting to apprehend 26-year-old William Edward Schindler on multiple felony warrants.
This goes to show that these white people don't play. They'll shoot at the cops. They'll throw bombs at the cops. These people don't mess around. You know what I'm saying? We've done it too in the past, but see, that's the thing. You know, America don't promote this. You know what I'm saying? They don't promote and they don't show. The mainstream media doesn't show stuff like this. They don't show, you know what I'm saying, white people's combatants toward the police. But they'll show the police beating on us. They'll show the police shooting us. You notice they don't really show us or talk about us getting back at the police in the media. You notice that? But the only way they'll show us talking or getting back at the police is through some kind of march or protest. I noticed that. But see, when it comes down to riots, the police, you notice the police retreat. They leave. They get more people, you know what I'm saying, more police during riots. Because they know that we have the upper hand, right? And see, the thing is, they always show them. I mean, they don't even show them on the mainstream media doing this. But these are the ones. Look, this is what look what they do, and look what we do. Let's go. Yo.
Police search warrant. Search warrant. Put your hands up. Gotcha. Police search warrant. Search warrant.
Shots fired! Shots fired! Shots fired! Shots fired! Shots.
I mean, I know that's the human instinct is to run, to duck, to retreat. I know they have training, but it's just not the same energy when it's white people. They have a different kind of respect when it's white people doing something to them, or when they encounter somebody white with the gun versus when they encounter somebody black with the gun. You know what I'm saying?
Shots fired! I think I'm hit. I need all medicine. Shots fired! Shots fired! Get back! Get back! Get back! Shots fired! I think I'm hit. I need all medicine. Ran. An officer shot. Shots fired. See you, buddy. Yep. Shots fired. Yep. He's upstairs. We need shooters upstairs. Send SWAT. SWAT. Street side. Street side. We got hit. One down. Hey, I'm gonna take him back. Okay. You guys cover. Okay. I am good to run. I am good to run. We're gonna go back and around. I'm good to walk. Stay down. Stay down. Get cars from Chippewa started. Get everyone rolling this way. Active shooter. I'm still in the game. Okay. Yep. You guys ready? We're gonna move right.
They got a whole different respect for them, man. I'm telling you, they treat them way different than they treat us. They got like a respect for this dude. Okay, let's, you know what I mean? Like, if that's us, boy. If they even knew that was a black suspect. But I just goes to show, man. They I don't know. They say that we anti-police, but are we more anti-police than them?
Okay. We're gonna move on. Okay, we're gonna go around this hole. Got it? Ready? Yep. Go. 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 Go.
Where do you want to have us at?
Go down. Yep. Yep. I got court. At back window. Got him, Kyler?
Officers fall back, taking cover in multiple positions and radioing for emergency backup.
There is nothing like holding, loving, being around a chimp. Especially Tonka. I'll do anything to protect that primate.
Just after 4 p.m., Schindler and 2 other occupants in the home were downstairs and watched on a surveillance system as officers were approaching. Schindler said something indicating he wasn't going to be arrested that day and ran upstairs. Schindler already had prior convictions including felony drug possession, fleeing police, and DWI. His previous drug conviction prohibits him from possessing firearms, and he was wanted that April day on several felony warrants. After securing injured Wilmer officer Jason Hay, police keep their cover and attempt to get Schindler on the phone.
My wife said it's good. Good. Did you hit once or twice? I don't know. I didn't ask a lot of questions.
He's hit in the backside. Right over here.
Did he get hit in the leg too?
I didn't see the leg. I got to see the back, and
it was a graze?
Yeah, it went grazed straight through the backside, his left side.
My wife said that. Just texted me. He said the paramedic that was helping him said that he's okay.
You notice that, and you notice when white people do it, they do a stakeout and they negotiate with them, and then tell them to come out, and they give them a chance at life, and they talk them into it and are out of it, and they tell him that he has so much to live for. It's just a different dynamic with them. Like the police treat them with more respect, and then the white suspects treat them way less respect than we do, because these people, some of them be bucket, some of us to be doing it too. I mean, I'm not promoting none of that, but I'm just saying, it's just they just treat their own different. Like society sees black people, police society sees black people as one way, and then police society sees them as another way. You see what I'm saying? I should actually think about it, man.
That's all I know.
Okay.
Yellow Medicine Chief Deputy Travis Peterson has finally reached Schindler on the phone. Now he has to keep the armed and barricaded suspect talking and try to defuse this already dangerous situation.
William, just talk to me, all right? I want to keep talking to you on the phone.
Let you know, I got to the team. We're right at the ethanol plant, getting on to 212.
That homeowner that we talked about is off-site now. They have made contact with the target. However, he's not actually came outside yet.
3302 MRAP. Why don't you stay to the right and let 30 and I take the lead on this, and we'll walk in.
Hey, so come out the garage door, stand up at the red table with the hands up like the
313 MRAP.
And once I see you, then I won't talk to you on the phone if I'll talk to you in person, okay?
Go ahead.
Come on out, keep your hands.
What do you guys have for numbers on your rig? 248.
Coming out. I want to make sure you're okay. Are you okay? William, are you okay? You coming out, bud? Can't see you yet.
MRAP and SWAT are arriving.
You get down to on your hands and knees all by yourself. Just never talk to you, okay? Not going to hurt you.
0213, we're all on site at the staging area. We'll give your gear up and I'll let you know when we're ready to go.
Let's go over there. Something in your hand.
Copy that. We have negotiators on the scene.
Then I'll come talk to you, okay?
They just left Wilmer.
You want that shield?
I'm not going to throw you on the ground.
Perfect.
I'll ask you to get on the ground.
They will handle
the rest.
It'll be all for you to get on the ground, okay? The other guys out here with me.
So yeah, let me go on to something else, man. I just goes to show, man. These cats, man. These cats don't. They
Hey, Katie.
Yeah, they don't know what the fuck's on. And I just think it's like I said. I was just trying to prove a point by playing that video. Just trying to prove a point. Oh shoot! Okay, let me play a little bit of this of Crimson Cure. I mean, Pink Book playlist. Excuse me. I mean, Pink Book lessons. Excuse me. Should be breaking it down too, man. Shout out to my girl Pink Book Lessons, man. Go subscribe to her YouTube.
Why do couples choose a Sleep Number client?
Subscribe to her YouTube channel. Check her out, man. She's good. Should be breaking it down. Neutral like me, you know. I'm not gonna take sides.
360 smart bed.
Can it keep me warm when I'm cold?
Wait, no, I'm always hot. Sleep Number does that. The Climate 360 smart bed lets you.
And Kamala Harris also makes no mention of the crippling interest rates, how high they are. The current average rate on a 30-year fixed mortgage is nearly 6.5%. That is up 133% since the Biden-Harris administration took over.
No.
People are definitely not falling for these Kamala Harris tricks. Her moment of manufactured praise, the honeymoon phase, is just about over. It's so bad, the same media that's been propping her up all of a sudden over the last 30 days, when before they reported over and over that nobody liked her, well, they're starting to tell the truth again and calling her out. From this Washington Post headline to CNN.
Economic pieces of these economic policies, how they would actually work. And Julia, I think people are watching this and absorbing this and wondering to themselves, okay, maybe that sounds interesting. Would it actually work? Will these things actually do what Vice President Harris wants them to do?
I think this was a masterclass in sticking to the script, keeping things very voter friendly, keeping the details incredibly light, and not talking about how you have to pay for it all. If Donald Trump is sort of Harry Potter in terms of the magician for his policies, this was a bit Hermione Granger. It wasn't even just about not paying for it. She said she was going to reduce the deficit despite all these giveaways as well. And I understand that's politics at this moment, but I think your point is so accurate when she was talking about all of the things that are impacting people, whether it's high prices, and we know prices have soared over this administration, unaffordability crisis in housing. I mean, house prices, the median house price is up 20% over the past 3 years. She talked about the profits of grocery stores. Their margins are incredibly thin. For every dollar sale, they make profits of around 1 to 3 cents. Just try proving that their price gouging is going to be incredibly difficult beyond anything else. On housing, she said at the end of her first term, she hopes to have those 3 million houses built. But in order to do that, a lot of these home builders, and they are saying that they'll provide incentives, they're going to have to borrow money. And we know interest rates are really high. So a lot of that's going to depend on mortgage rates coming down, which could end up fueling house prices even higher if people start buying. But also home builders are going to want to be able to borrow at lower rates as well. I mean, I can pick out a whole host of other things where the devil's going to be in the detail, and it's all going to be about the execution.
Yeah, Angel, look, Kamala Harris is either financially illiterate or she believes her audience is. This is called come on marketing. The $25,000 credit is a come on. It will not happen. $6,000 child credit requires you to have 2 kids in the same year. That's a come on. The 4 million homes that she came out with yesterday in 4 years is absolutely impossible in this country. And to control prices is a come on. This is a marketing strategy, a gimmick where there's a promise of an offer that cannot be delivered at scale. It's typically used as a bait and switch, some kind of offer that exaggerates, that has hidden costs, exaggerated claims. And Kamala Harris is the come on queen now. That should be her new title.
What's required for a first-time homeowner? I know you told our producers earlier that it takes a lot more than $25,000.
Yeah, look, $25,000 credits are already being delivered by builders, by the way. So the government doesn't need to do this. The builder is willing to do it today. But even if you could do that, the average loan today is over $400,000. The average cost of a home is $440,000. So even if you gave a credit, the first-time home buyer does not have the down payment. $32,000 on average this year is the down payment, much less the ability to maintain the house, to take care of the insurance, which could be as high as $1,000 a month, the HOA fees, and the property taxes.
The main focal point of the check is that dollar amount, making sure you're not slapping them in the face with, hey, give us a call. Here's our offer, low ball offer at 70, 65%. Those never work. But hitting it at market value. So you're estimating everything based on today's market value, 2024 standards. Yellow letter, handwritten, regular number 10 envelope worked great about 6 years ago, but now it's associated with that low ball offer. Everybody mailed it out. Give me a call for a fair cash offer. It doesn't work in today's market as well as it did in the past because every single investor used it. Every other realtor used it. And when they called that number, all they heard was a low ball offer. If I got a postcard, a letter, and a check in the mail, and my filter is always my trash can. When I get my mail, I throw away all junk mail. But if I got a postcard, a letter, and a check, which one do you think I'm taking into my doorstep just to get it, to open it up and just to read what it's about? And at the end of the day, it's going to be the check. Why? Because ever since post-COVID, people do get checks in the mail. People associate money coming in from the mail and they don't know where it's coming from, whether it's SSI, whether it's class action lawsuit, whatever it is, right? They associate, hey, people do send checks in the mail.
I'm Philip, your direct marketing coach here at REI Print Mail. Go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. For the most up-to-date notifications, go ahead and click the bell. If you want more deals in your market, get those phones ringing again, go ahead and click the link below, book a call with me.
Two things I want to point out. Builders are giving a lot of incentives to motivate buyers. New buyers are having issues right now, though. The biggest issue is home affordability being at the lowest since the early 80s. Many buyers can't even qualify for loans because the borrow amount is more than what they can afford in the first place. Then on top of that, you have high interest rates, property taxes doubling in some areas, and you have a full-blown insurance crisis in some states like California and Florida where people are seeing their renewals doubling, choosing their insurance altogether. And when you add the mortgage interest, taxes, insurance, and for some people, HOAs, you have a very expensive monthly payment. A payment that average salaries can't afford. People are right now spending anywhere from 30 to 50% of their income on their mortgage or rent. Yeah, that's 30 to 50% just on shelter, experiencing a financial crisis. As far as home buyers, this doesn't even include maintenance or any other surprises that come along with home ownership. If you're actively living in a house, things are going to break and you can't call the landlord to fix it. You can unexpectedly have to pay for a new water heater, a furnace. And don't talk about the AC. Your AC breaking down in the summertime is a total nightmare. You know, when it's 7 p.m. Friday night, 95 degrees, and 110 degrees inside your house, that's insufferable.
Welcome back to the show. For a check of the current conditions, here's Glorilla.
Hey, it's 7 p.m. Friday. It's 95 degrees.
I ain't got no sunburn because I got sunscreen on me. I'ma show my forecast for the rest of the week. How are we gonna cool off in this kind of heat? Turn on all the fans, turn on the AC, turn down all the blinds, cause it's hot and sticky. 60% chance that a cold front will advance. Till then it's hot as Hades. Now let's hit this dance.
It's 7 p.m. Friday. It's 95 degrees.
Y'all see how they do us, man? Like everything is singing and dancing when it comes down to what's incorporated. There's no kind of or they'll have you on there to talk about your people. They're either singing and dancing or have you talk about your race. Well, we got to do better, man. We got it. Glorilla, wow.
The severity of being miserably hot and having to shell out thousands of dollars on repairs can be devastating if you don't have the extra money for it. And we've all seen the reports that most Americans don't even have $1,000 set aside for an emergency. Issues with the water, pipes, roofing. It's really a lot to be responsible for, and that responsibility is expensive. A bunch of cackling and laughter is not going to fix that. It's going to take money. And you're going to need even more of it since we've experienced all of this inflation under the Biden-Harris administration. The Inflation Reduction Act just turned 2 years old a couple of days ago, and it was Kamala Harris who had the deciding vote in the Senate, not only as the vice president, but as the president of the Senate.
Happy anniversary, VP Harris. Today is the 2-year anniversary of the Inflation Reduction Act, in which you cast the deciding vote in the Senate. And now the cost of living for the American people is on average 20% more than it was when the act was passed. Even last year, President Biden admitted that the cost of living had gone up 15%, and yet you stayed the course.
So yeah, inflation, the poor economy, high interest rates, and low home affordability is keeping a lot of millennials and Gen Z out of the housing market. Giving them $25,000 is only going to further increase the prices. If everybody's getting $25,000, then all the prices will just increase by at least $25,000. And if they couldn't afford to really qualify for the home on their own, in a few years, we'll see more foreclosures as a result of people locking down mortgages that they clearly can't afford. Forget maintaining a house. They won't even be able to afford paying the mortgage to keep the house. And let's be honest, Harris mentioned that plan was going to help the first generation. When she's speaking on first generation, she's talking about immigrants. So basically, they're telling us that this $25,000 is going to put Americans in homes. No, what they're trying to do is house those illegal immigrants. They're the ones that's new to the system, not us. We've been here forever.
So while she says she'll give $25,000 away, it's like the car dealer that says, look, the payments are going to be $90 a month and no money down, but you get there and you leave with a $500 or $600 payment. It's impossible to deliver, like the American Rescue Plan and the Inflation Reduction Act that delivered nothing to this country. It was $3.2 trillion. That could have built 8 million homes, or it could have provided 48 million Black households with $300,000 in cash, but that didn't happen either.
Cardone said something interesting. He said instead of wasting a bunch of money that didn't help stimulate the economy at all and only made inflation worse, that money could have been used to build 8 million homes or 48 million Black households.
You had the white dude on Fox seat. Even the white guy on Fox said 48,000 Black homes they could have made. So this is the figure, he came up with this, right? So the thing is, look, he did the math. Look, so excuse me, that lets you know that these people are not trying to make generational wealth for us. They're not trying to do nothing for us. They don't want to see you in houses. But she's down with BlackRock, right? Economic strategy is from BlackRock, right? Or the ones that she wants to be her economic strategy. So what does that tell you, man? Look up BlackRock. Look what BlackRock did.
Could have received $300,000. Now, the Black people receiving money is the part that caught my attention. Grant Cardone is saying, hey, the reparations owed to the descendants of slaves? Well, instead of Kamala and Biden wasting money on these bad deals, like the Inflation Reduction Act, the money could have been used to finally deal with the long-suffering elephant in the room. When Grant is talking about money to Blacks, he's basically talking about reparations. But yeah, it was definitely a point that was interesting considering Kamala Harris, the so-called Black American woman that's not Black American or Black. She's in office right now, and she already told us she would never do anything for Black people.
So I'm not going to sit here and say I'm going to do something that's only going to benefit Black people. No.
What happened? So what does that tell y'all, man? What does that tell you, man? What does that tell you? That you ain't gonna do nothing for us. Exactly. Exactly. She ain't gonna do nothing for us, man. I mean, it's weird how people tell you. Too much. It's weird how people It's weird how people tell you like. I just weird how grown people just like. I guess maybe they have to call. She got to call us the N word for us to. I don't know, for us to think that she don't like us. I don't know. It's weird. I mean. How more straight up and plain can you get?
Note to us, but she could take money allocated for the Freedmen's Bank, money stolen from free Black Americans, the designation and benefits that she's now trying to spread across to other minorities. I mean, any and everybody except for us. And it's cool for her to take from us and tell us she's not going to give us anything, only to turn around and allocate over $26 billion alone to her AAPI community, specifically using 2 federal programs, $20 billion in government contracts to AAPI businesses, and another $6 billion in funding. Remember, I reported on that over a week ago. That was for 2023 alone. The link to the full video is below, but it's amazing that you have a billionaire willing to tell the truth that they could have helped Black people with all that money. Meanwhile, you got Steve Harvey telling us to stop asking for tangibles.
If we don't... Wait, let me get this straight. Let me get this straight. You got the white dude telling you how your vice president that's going to be pushed for president could have allocated money into basically into $48,000 or excuse me, 48,000 Black homes, and you got basically telling you that you should get tangibles and telling you about your tangibles and telling you how they just wasted so much money in this stupid bill that they made, and it could have been used for us, our tangibles. And then you got this other millionaire, because Steve Harvey's not a billionaire. That white dude was a billionaire with a B. Steve Harvey's a millionaire. That's a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? Very successful dude. He's not a dummy, but at the same time, this is a gatekeeper right here. This is a man that's trying to tell you what you shouldn't. That's weird, because a grown man telling another grown man or a grown woman what not to want is really strange to me. A grown man telling you that you shouldn't demand something is strange. You know what I'm saying? That's weird to me. That's just he's basically telling you that you ain't shit. He's basically telling you that fuck you. That's how I take out of it. you know what I'm saying? He's telling you that you stupid and you should just be entertained by him and these corny comedians. You see what I'm saying? And gatekeepers and boule. That's basically what he's telling you. I mean, telling you another grown person like kind of how to think like and how to strategize and how to form your opinion. That's weird, man. But see, now it's even weirder for grown people to listen to this motherfucker. You know what I mean?
How we gonna ask for something next?
Kids, that's like shit you tell children. Like, so these people, it's almost like these people like groom other grown people. You make sense?
Next time, if you ain't got no voting power, you talking about reparations. Ain't nobody finna give you no reparations and you don't vote. What? Oh, why you think they finna give us some money? No how, man. I hope they do.
Does this sound like somebody else? Does this sound like a grown masculine dude that, you know what I'm saying, that's willing to just take, you know what I'm saying, charge and show that you know that he's in control and has a plan and has actual mind of his own. You see what I'm saying? What's his plan then? Steve Harvey, what you think black people should have and what you think black people should do? Oh, you only think you're the only black person that should have so-called that should have something. You think that us on the bottom should just shut up, right, and not have nothing? While you and the gatekeepers are successful. That's why they call it the gatekeepers. You see what I'm saying? Like doing all the white man's work, man. So I mean, we could talk white supremacy. We could do it. We could say it. We could still talk it in white man and supremacy, even though they're not superior to me. You know what I'm saying? Than me, but we can still say it because it is systematic. But
going for though?
It's systematic, but at the same time, you know what I'm saying? You know, I just think that you can't really say the white supremacy stuff too much when you got people like this. You got people like this, you know what I mean? It's not the white man, it's him, isn't it? This is the rich white dude, Grant Cardone. I never heard of him. A billionaire told you that you should demand this for her for one. He told you that she should have gave that to you for two, and he told you it was in equivalent to 43,000 black homes that she could have put people in with that money that they fucking bullshitted with that stupid Inflation Reduction Act, whatever the fuck. That was some bullshit. See, another bullshit policy. You know, just like the Emmett Till lynching, that was bullshit. What was the other one? The George Floyd policing, that was some bullshit. None of these motherfuckers is talking about ending qualifying immunity. None of these motherfuckers are talking about, you know what I mean? Like, nah. You know.
They owe us. I go down there.
Like, how is that funny, you know? How is that funny, you know? Laughing and joking about a serious topic like reparations. We wouldn't be, it was Jews or somebody like that, or the Asians or somebody like that talking about that shit. Nobody would be laughing in because you would take them seriously. You're not taking your people seriously. You know what I mean? Because you're the gatekeeper. Steve Harvey ain't taking it seriously.
Yeah, enough people are not falling for the joke Kamala is playing with America right now. Everybody's not stupid. That may work with her newfound diehard supporters that just realized they liked her 30 days ago. But people looking at this with common sense can easily see that she's running game. When the Washington Post and CNN, the folks that's been worshiping this woman for weeks now, had to come out and be honest about her horrible economic plan, then it's gotta be really bad. Let's go ahead and get the conversation started. Let me know what you think about all this below. Grant Cardone is basically saying that Biden and Harris, they had the opportunity to help Black people with all this extra money they spent and the money they're spending, but refused to do it. And even when you look at Kamala's latest plan, that $25,000, that plan is set up to undermine Black Americans and lift up migrants. Tell me what you think about this below. Special thank you to T.O., Dark Power, and Daryl. I appreciate all of you for your support. Don't forget that you can support this channel as well. Links to Cash App and PayPal are below. Ladies, fellas, want a balanced analysis, want the truth from a woman's perspective? Then you're going to want to subscribe to this channel and don't forget to like and share.
Yeah, shout out to Pink Book Lessons, man. She's dope. She be having some good videos. You know, so I'm gonna play a little bit of Obama at the convention. I'm about to get off there, man. Let's do right here. Let's put some cool shit. All right, so we're gonna play a little.
Yeah.
I didn't mean it. Why did I just put? Oh, why is it playing? Oh no, he's all right. Hold up. Well, it has 15 years have went by really quick though. But like the thing is about this dude. Oh my bad, I'm not even sure the right. The thing about this cat, he's not. People may like him and shit. He may be able to talk some shit and be charismatic and all that shit. But at the same time, my thing is, what was his policy? You know what I'm saying? That's another thing. I just don't go by these politicians, man. I go by what the policy, man. Politicians' policy. You know what I'm saying? That's the whole thing. Exactly. That's the only thing it was Obama Obama phone. Exactly. Like what else?
And Obamacare.
And then it's like that Obamacare was horrible. That forced people into getting insurance or getting taxed. That's some bullshit. That was some bullshit, man. Instead of nothing right. And not nothing closer to free healthcare though. Nothing closer to free healthcare. If not free healthcare, because it's supposed to be the Democratic Party that is for that. See, they're for that kind of stuff. Supposed to be, and their ideology is for free healthcare and all that bullshit. But at the same time, where was it?
Damn, I think, yup.
And looking back, I can say without question that my first big decision as your nominee turned out to be one of my best. And that was asking Joe Biden to serve by my side as vice president. Other than some common Irish blood, Joe and I come from different backgrounds, but we became brothers. And as we
It's okay. There was a reason why he chose Joe Biden. You know what I'm saying? He didn't just choose Joe Biden for no reason. You see what I'm saying? Because it's not a coincidence that he chose Joe Biden and then Joe Biden ended up being a president. Come on, like y'all don't see everything. You know what I mean? Everything's supposed to happen for reasons. There's no such thing as coincidence. These people, you see what I'm saying? And these administrations are pick up and do a lot of things behind the scenes. You know what I'm saying? So. Ain't no coincidence. He talking about their brothers. Yeah, they're part of the brotherhood. Yeah, they're down with the brotherhood, the oaths, and all that bullshit. Yeah, you know what I mean.
Exactly what happened. He did it for the brotherhood.
And what's the crazy thing about it is, she's trying to be like Obama. You know what I'm saying? And it's kind of like the same dynamic with Kamala Harris. You know what I mean?
We worked.
Okay, I'm gonna say her name wrong. I don't care.
Together for 8, sometimes pretty tough years. What I came to admire most about Joe wasn't just his smarts, his experience. It was his empathy and his decency and his hard-earned resilience, his unshakable belief that everyone in this country deserves a fair shot. And over the last 4 years, those are the values America has needed most. At a time when millions of our fellow citizens were sick and dying, we needed a leader with the character to put politics aside and do what was right.
But Trump, I don't get it. Didn't Trump start everything? Didn't he start all the COVID relief and all this? I don't get it. And the lockdowns, I'm confused. Trump started all that. I'm confused. And then the stimulus money, what did what's his name do? Mandates? You mean you told me the mandatory mandates? That's what he did, right? Okay.
At a time when our economy was reeling, we needed a leader with the determination to drive what would become the world's strongest recovery. 15 million jobs, higher wages, lower healthcare costs. At a time when the other party had turned into a cult of personality, we needed a leader who was steady and brought people together.
This is what they do. They try to talk about the Republicans, and the Republicans talk about it's just all bullshit. They all in it the same. They're all greedy. They're all in it for big business, man. I don't understand. It's just like I don't see why people don't get it. I mean, it's just like it's really entertainment. This is what this is. This is entertainment. It's not politics. This is entertainment, man. That's all it is. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it's entertainment. Yeah. Entertainment. You know what I mean?
Residential.
This is some entertainment shit, man. This is just like a script, a show. It's like wrestling, man. The big theatrical, the speeches, the fake stage fights, the stage beefs, the good guy versus the bad guy. And when they both work for Vince McMahon, same thing with these people. They're all friends. They all work for the government. You know what I'm saying? I don't get it, man. If they all work for the government, then why wouldn't they not be cool? That's just like that's just like the chairman of the board or something like that at your job. You don't think they're all against you? You don't think that's just like you? You know what I'm saying? Like the manager at your job. You think they're not gonna all stick together versus you? Like I don't know, man. This is bullshit.
And was selfless enough to do the rarest thing there is in politics, putting his own ambition aside for the sake of the country. History will remember Joe Biden as an outstanding president who defended democracy at a moment of great danger. And I am proud to call him my president, but I am even prouder to call him my friend.
This is so corny. This is corny, man. Corny. I just like, it's just like, ooh, Obama. All right, man.
President friends. They straight president friends.
That's enough. That was enough of that. Let me play something else before I get off it.
And he passed the torch to him. He was messing stuff up.
We're talking about Howard classmate. Now everybody's coming out the woodworks about Kamala Harris. I already played the other day when Roland Martin got punked. You know what I mean? Roland Martin got punked. Donahue died today at 88. I already know the numbers. You know what I'm saying? That the Masonics meanings behind 888. Just like Tupac, Eazy-E. What was it? 8 years and 88 days was their albums toward the date for one of their albums to the other one. That was, I believe it was Machiavelli to Home for the Sick. No, Easy's the motherfucking straight off the motherfucking streets.
Right, all of a sudden the anthem. No, somebody in here.
Anyway, like I was saying, so look, all right. All right, let me see. Let me try. Okay, there was some other stuff, man. Let me see if it's on my phone real quick. But if not, I know. That's some stuff, you know what I mean? Yeah, I'm about to get up here, y'all. I'm just gonna no Obama. So yeah, so they're talking about RFK, Robert F. Kennedy might endorse Trump. All right, so
Now at 5:30, questions about who's training new police officers in Massachusetts. A months-long WBZ investigation has uncovered some pretty serious complaints against dozens of instructors at the state's police academies. Thank you for staying with us. I'm Courtney Cole.
And I'm Lisa Hughes. WBZ's Louisa Moeller shows us how the state committee in charge has changed its code of conduct since she started asking questions.
There is no such thing as a routine traffic stop.
This is a video shown to police officers in training this year by the Municipal Police Training Committee, or MPTC.
For passenger side approach, the advantages include element of surprise.
And the officer doing the demo, he's not legally allowed to be a police officer in Massachusetts. That's former Hudson police officer Kevin Johnson. This video taken of him before his certification to be an officer was suspended by the state last year. MPTC is still showing it even after he was convicted of a misdemeanor crime. Court documents state Johnson was arrested for assaulting and kicking a man in the head, pushing his girlfriend. MPTC and its instructors are in charge of training every new police officer at
how would any of that be a misdemeanor? Let's go.
academies like this one across the state, with training for current officers online. So we wanted to know who else is teaching the police officers of tomorrow. WBZ obtained a list of MPTC's roughly 2,500 instructors. Salem State University interim captain Stephen Turcott is on there. Turcott was the subject of a 2012 WBZ I-Team investigation. Salem State settled a lawsuit against him, accusing him of sexual harassment and gender discrimination. In total, WBZ found 46 MPTC instructors with serious sustained complaints against them. 3 who had their MPTC instructor certification suspended since we started investigating. 1 had their instructor certification reinstated after an appeal. Among them, we found officers accused of falsifying timesheets, others involved in alleged domestic violence. Was arrested, then arrested again for violating a restraining order against the same victim, off-duty assault and battery, another accused of illegal drug use, an officer accused of consuming alcohol before their shift, yet another allegedly used a police information system to conduct searches on 7 people unrelated to his police work. All 46 in violation of the MPTC's code of conduct.
It starts with a small transgression, and that becomes something that's accepted.
Guess what? Guess what Massachusetts is predominantly? Guess what race Massachusetts is predominantly? Guess what the demographics makes of Massachusetts? Wow, white people. All right, let's go. Let's go.
Then it leads to another one, and that becomes.
See, why do we get? I mean, you got whole police, like 46 cops. That's a lot of for this whole probably the whole motherfucking force. You got these people getting charged with crimes and stuff like that, right? And assaults, kicking motherfuckers in the head and shit. You know, all types of crazy shit, right? Hitting motherfuckers' bras and shit. How you gonna beat a motherfucker up and then hit his bitch too? Damn, this motherfucker is out of control. But look, check this out. But we're the face of crime, right? That's interesting. We're the face of crime. We're the face of, you know what I'm saying? We're the face of anything bad or you know, not good in society's eyes, right? But at the same time, look at all these cops doing all this, right? Look what the cops do. The domestic terrorism. There's no such thing as police brutality. Let's stop using that word and just call it domestic terrorism. You see what I'm saying? That's all it is. Plain and simple.
accepted.
Larry Smith is a former Massachusetts State Police sergeant who runs a firm that investigates law enforcement. He argues MPTC's
a firm that investigates. We got to start. Why is none of these Black Lives Matter? It's interesting. You got Black Lives Matter. You got these bunk ass organizations, right, that just want to steal your money. Why are they not teaming up with these groups? Why are they not making maybe you know what I'm saying, trying to rally with these people? Why are they not trying to hold these investigation groups? Why are they not trying to you see what I'm saying, fund them? Why are they not trying to be allies with these groups? You see what I'm saying? That's the perfect group you want to get around. Imagine, look, that's the type of people you investigate when police shootings, right? Or no? Or do you have? Oh, my bad. You have Ben Crump come. My bad. Let me shut up. You have Ben Crump come. Let me let me not say people should come in that would really investigate the crime and actually would investigate criminal and get criminal charges against these people. My bad. Ben Crump needs to come and get civil charges so everybody can get money, right? Everybody can get paid, including Ben Crump. So that's the problem. Why see, there are groups that go against the police. I'm not gonna say go against, but there are groups that investigate the police. Why? How come you don't never hear about them? The mainstream media don't really put them out there like that, and none of these so-called advocate Black Lives Matter and all these bullshit groups that are supposed to be for Black people, you know what I'm saying, that are trying to combat crooked law enforcement, right? Or crimes at the hands of law enforcement. Why they never ally with groups like this? How come they never hire groups like this? How come they never have advocate for groups like this?
issues stem from its leadership under the helm of Executive Director Robert Ferrulo, who retired this week. In April, WBZ revealed a Stoneham police officer who resigned from his job for allegedly saying the N-word was an MPTC instructor. The committee subsequently decertified him. Last summer, WBZ's...
Of course he's going to say it. It's Massachusetts. That's right by Boston, but by Boston, that's where Boston's at. The city of, that's the state, where Boston's in.
team learned a cheating investigation was underway at 2 MPTC academies, and 4 student officers were disciplined at the time.
The executive director that is in charge, he was in charge for all of these.
MPTC told us in a statement, the Municipal Police Training Committee remains deeply committed to ensuring that our staff and nearly 2,500 instructors uphold the highest standards of integrity, competence, and professionalism. The committee said,
the only thing that got these people in trouble and got everything pointed out was that investigation group that investigates the police. That's the only thing. If they didn't have that, these motherfuckers would be still doing what they're doing, man. And they would still be using these people for videos and instruction videos and at front like they're instructors. So I guess they were still paying them.
as it started a notification process for the state's police oversight commission called POST will alert them if an officer is suspended or decertified. And it's now requiring instructors to self-report complaints against them.
So they have sex offender websites and stuff, which is perfect. That was a good idea. Shout out to who made that. That was the law. But at the same time, why is it not? How come citizens don't know when these cops have been transferred to other? You know what I mean? Why don't they have data? Why don't they have databases or something like that to where we can see when these people are crooked cops and then they get transferred to other police stations or some shit like that, or they work in some kind of law enforcement or something like that, or some bullshit? Why is it not like that? Why is it not? Why don't we have access to these people's records and shit like that? Why don't we have access to see what kind of police, these people or people these are? You know what I mean? I just think that in this society they big up the police too much, and the police are just too. But it's sad. They act like these people aren't people and shit, because people are gonna be power hungry. People are gonna be motherfucking evil. People are gonna be unfair, unruly.
The governor. Do you think there needs to be a deeper probe into the people who are training the police of tomorrow in the state?
I'm committed to, as a former attorney general and now as governor, making sure that we have the right personnel and people in place when it comes to all public safety matters.
Louisa Moeller, WBZ News.
Oh, they got a woman. Interesting. All right, so all right, yeah, I'm about to get off here, man. You know what I mean? I've been on here for a little minute. Shit, where did Facebook go? Let's see. I'll put it. So Kennedy ain't yeah, Steve Harvey try to fire back at Umar Johnson. Let's see. I'm gonna play a little bit of this real quick. I'm out of here, man. I think Steve Harvey is corny. I think honestly, that you know what? I don't know because they're probably both Masonic. The thing is, if it was a real kind of beef, like not like beef to where they was gonna see each other, beat each other down type, but I'm just saying if there was a real intellectual type beef or something like that, I would in a debate, Dr. Umar Johnson will wash his ass. Dr. Umar will wash him. There's no, Steve Harvey can't. Maybe financial, maybe money, a little something. Steve Harvey's that's kind of his area in so-called dating. You know, that book was a stupid ass idea and a stupid book, but that he made in the movie too.
Think like a man.
But see, the thing is about Steve Harvey, you know what I'm saying? That's only the area that I think he could, well, he has some say and he acknowledge that. But other than that, I'm not saying he's a dumb dude or nothing. But in politics, he doesn't know what he's talking about. This is the same guy talking about Kamala and Trump are the only ones running when it's still Jill Stein is still on the ballot in 31 states, and fucking Cornel West is on the ballot in 9 states. So people don't know what they're talking about. You know what I'm saying? So obviously, you don't know politics because that's like the stupidest shit I've ever heard in my life. That's just a lie. He doesn't know what he's talking about. This is the same guy in the clip I just said that showed you guys. That's what he say. He said, "You don't ask for nothing. You don't think you're gonna get reparations unless you vote." What the fuck is he talking about? And then see, he's acting like Kamala Harris and them are still in office. See, these motherfuckers are stupid. She's still in office, so guess what? She could do whatever the fuck she feels like doing for black people if she felt like it. You know what I'm saying? She could put something in, and then have it go through the House and Senate, and then fucking boom. The next phase is Joe Biden's death for him to sign it into executive law. See, I guess we don't know politics, so I guess people should just shut up when they don't know politics and just not comment on stuff like this, because when I don't know sports, I don't comment on that shit. Period. When I don't know about certain things, I just shut up because I don't know what I'm talking about. I hope I'm not trying to be cool or something, to try to act like I know what I'm talking about, to fit in or something. I ain't gonna lie to kick it, like we used to say. But yeah, these cops is crazy, man. So but yeah, Steve Harvey is corny. Dr. Umar Johnson will watch him. He cannot face Dr. Umar Johnson in any kind of debate, especially political, especially intellectual. Dr. Umar Johnson, he talk about that stupid shit, and he be simping for these females, and he be talking that bullshit sometimes. But he's smart. And my bad, not smart, intelligent dude. Let's not count him out, just because he be talking that stupid shit. But Steve Harvey, there's no comparison. You know what I'm saying? A high school kid could debate Steve Harvey on some politics. He doesn't know. I don't.
Give him some props.
I just gave him props, man. What are you talking about? So, yeah, man, Steve Harvey is corny. So I just want to play this real quick. And I'm gonna get off here. So shout out to Crimson Cure. Y'all shout out her channel, man. She be cooking. She be cooking, man. She be roasting these crazy females, man. If you're a feminist, it's like I want to see her and Cynthia G go at it. Cynthia G ain't got no chance. Crimson Cure will wash her too. I think she'll wash Steve Harvey. Crimson Cure ain't playing, man. Watch. So let's get into this. So shout out, y'all check out Crimson Cure's channel on YouTube. I think she might be on TikTok too. Fair use, 1976. Copyright Act.
Hey, all my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel, where we embrace our femininity, increase our womanly values, and celebrate our brothers. So join me on our feminine journey to learn, heal, and grow. Hey there, my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel. I'm your hostess, femininity coach, and author of The Crimson Cure, and this is my perspective. So, well, we have a response from Steve Harvey to Dr. Umar Johnson's remarks regarding him and Ricky Smiley crashing out over Kamala Harris. I'm not gonna play the entire thing because this is like what 8 minutes or something like that, like 8 or 9 minutes. So I'm not gonna play the entire thing, of course, but I'm gonna play enough for you all to get the gist of the response. So here we go.
All right, so here we go. Dr. Umar Johnson took to Instagram last Thursday to be exact. He said he was offered $10,000 to do an interview.
Does it be, or was it Shirley Strawberry, whatever her name is? She don't look like how she sounds.
Interview with Vice President Kamala Harris, and went on to say that he believes other celebrities are being paid to support Vice President Kamala for her bid for the White House, right? Umar specifically called you out, Steve. He called out Ricky Smiley. He claimed that both of you were paid to support Kamala Harris's campaign. Here's what he said.
But if we're going to be honest, Steve Harvey and Ricky Smiley, and I love you both, no hate to my big brothers. But if we're going to be honest, Ricky Smiley and Steve Harvey, y'all only carried on because y'all got paid to carry on. Can we please be honest? Can we see? I want y'all to understand, overstand, and understand what King Kong is talking about. Y'all carried on because y'all got paid to carry on. Kamala Harris and the Democratic plantation is paying you celebrities, paying you to shame Black people into voting. Y'all know we're not going to get nothing out of that vote. Y'all know we're not going to get nothing out of that vote. Y'all know we're not going to get nothing out of the vote, but they being paid. Y'all being bought. They offered me $10K for an interview with Kamala Harris. I don't want your money, but we can definitely do the interview.
So, you know, we've had Vice President Harris on the show many times. So let's address this bogus claim, please, Steve.
Well, first of all, we're going to have her on her again, or how many other times it's needed to get her into office. Brother Umar, let me say this, man. I absolutely love some of the things you say. I really, really do, man. Some of the stuff I don't always agree with, but ain't nobody got to agree with everything I say. But let me clear the air on something.
Please.
You can't hire Steve Harvey for $10,000 to do nothing.
Hey.
Let me just...
Now, reading comprehension and listening comprehension is very important because he didn't say that Steve Harvey was being offered $10,000. He said he was offered $10,000. It also indicates that you were paid, just not $10,000. Now, he's going to go on to say that he wasn't paid at all and isn't being paid at all to crash out for Kamala, be a crash dummy for Kamala. But we all know that that's not true, because if nobody can pay you $10,000 and that's too low, then we know free is also too low, Steve Harvey. If $10,000 is too low, which I would probably agree for somebody who's accustomed to having millions of dollars, because in the grand scheme of things, $10,000 is good money, and then in some instances, it's not really enough money at all. So that my point is $10,000. If $10,000 is not enough money, then we know free is also not enough money, right? So doing stuff for the free 99 is enough money, but 10K isn't. Is that what we're saying? That what I'm hearing, right? You're gonna try to convince us that there is no payment. Anytime you assist with a campaign, with your platform, with your celebrity, with your name, with the amount of exposure that you can bring to a candidate, you're gonna get paid for that. They're gonna pay you for that. People who work on campaigns, even in the smallest capacity, get paid something. So that's cap. You got paid something, sweetheart.
Let me just A that out the way. I don't know where you got that number from, but you can't offer Steve Harvey $10,000 to do nothing. You can go through the industry and ask about me.
That's
Bro,
right.
let me tell you something. Omar, let me tell you something, man. And there ain't no hate here at all, cause I like some of the work he does. I really do. Listen, man, I don't do nothing for $10,000. Don't even insult the brand equity that I've built over these 30 years of television. I just don't, man. And I'm doing this absolutely free of charge because I want this country to be in her hands as opposed to Donald Trump's hands. That's why I do it. Now, me and Ricky Smiley.
They say they don't want Donald Trump to be in office, but they can't tell you why. All is racism. Okay. Joe Biden's homie was in the Ku Klux Klan. The Grand Cyclops was the Ku Klux Klan. Obama's homie was in the Grand Cyclops of the Ku Klux Klan. Hillary and Bill Clinton's homie was in the Grand Cyclops of the Ku Klux Klan. I don't get it. Is that not racist?
They happen to be on the same page. Now we Qs now, and so is D.L. Hughley.
Oh, you're in a fraternity. Oh, I get it. You're all boule. Okay, right. I mean, when these people tell you who they are, we just got to listen to them and believe them because, you know.
And Q's kind of run the airways of Black radio.
And that's a key there that he brings up. He brings up himself, Ricky Smiley, and D.L. Hughley, and their position within a fraternity. Qs, whoever the Qs are. I don't get me started because I don't even know which fraternity is what. Now, he is saying that himself, Ricky Smiley, and D.L. Hughley are the gatekeepers of Black media. And what they have in common is their position within the fraternity and their brotherhood within the Greek fraternity. And Kamala is an AKA, so she is in a sorority. So what he's actually telling you is that yes, is exactly what you think it is. It is boule gatekeeping. Okay, it is bourgeois gatekeeping. We're gatekeeping. We're doing what we're supposed to do, whether we get paid any specific money or not to do so. We're doing something. We're doing this. We're crashing out like this. We're gatekeeping like this because this is what we're supposed to do given our position. Okay? So it's bigger than what he's trying to tell Umar and everybody else. It's bigger than $1, right? Because we have a job as gatekeepers, and we are in key position in terms of the media, in terms, and we understand that the media and different avenues within the culture help shape opinions and influence opinions.
And that's why the media is the third branch of the government. You know, that's why a lot of these people that talk that bullshit on social media and trying to defend these motherfuckers get the information from the news instead of actually doing research, you know. The news is going to give you propaganda, what they want you to.
And influence the outcomes and the mindset and the thinking of the people that is directed towards. So he's saying, yes, we are doing what you think we are doing, and we're proud to do so. So you having a problem with it is your own problem. That you know, that it's neither here nor there for us, because we're going to continue to gatekeep in the manner that we've been gatekeeping. Okay, how we're supposed to. We've gotten in this position specifically for that reason, specifically because we are going to do the gatekeeping in this manner.
And to make sure that as us as so-called black people don't get nothing, and they get everything. You know what I'm saying? They stay under the white mommy and daddy. You know what I'm saying? They get the whole, you know what I'm saying, the money and the fame and the little clout. You know what I mean? I don't really think Steve Harvey's funny like that, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? The funniest one was Bernie Mac. So let's just be honest and shit. They was hating on Bernie Mac, especially Steve Harvey, you know, so.
And we're going to do it blatantly, and we're going to do it in a way in front of black people where we don't care if you're insulted by our gatekeeping methods. We're going to do the gatekeeping methods. We're going to try to herd you all back onto the plantation, and you're going to shut up about it. We don't want to hear your belly aching. We don't want to hear about how you're aware of what's going on. We don't want to hear about how you see through the plan and how you understand what's really happening. Like, that don't matter. We're Qs. We're all in these Greek fraternities. We're all in a sort of brotherhood, sisterhood that you don't really get unless you're over here. So all this talk and trying to, appeal to the masses about how we're gatekeeping. Yeah, we're gatekeeping. And now what are you going to do about it? That's what Steve Harvey's saying. What are you going to do about it? Right? We're going to continue to have Kamala. He says, I'm not going to play anymore, but he says it on this clip that he's going to continue to have her on. He's going to ask softball questions. He's not going to press her or anything. And he's going to pressure the black demographic that listens to him to vote for her. Period, point blank, end of story. You can like it or lump it. Who cares? He doesn't care. Right? Right.
Yeah, so I'm about to get off here, man. Salute. About to get off this bad boy. Salute. That was in the chat. Oh yeah, that was in the chat. Doc Boss, King BJ, Dawson, Shannon. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate y'all so much support coming through. So if you're not subscribed to the channel, subscribe, like, comment, and the whole nine. Hit that notification bell, let you know I'm going on next. So next time, y'all salute, and I'm gonna holler back, all right?